Shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Cut me down, but it's you who have further to fall. Ghost town and haunted love. Raise your voice. Sticks and stones may break my bones. Talking loud, not saying much. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Fire away, fire away. Ricochet, you take your aim. Fire away, fire away. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium.
How you going, mate? You there?
Hey, how are you, mate? How are you?
Not too bad. Is that my... Hang on, just... Hang on a second, what am I doing?
I don't know what happened there. Look, it was all fully automated for mine.
Yeah, I started pressing buttons and I forgot to hit the go live.
Yeah, don't worry, I pressed it halfway through, mate. We're there.
Yeah,
we're up and running.
We're up and running, she's right. There you going, Saul. There you going, Michael. Frosty.
G'day, Sol. G'day, Frosty.
Oh, man. Yeah.
How's your day been, Ray?
Oh, pretty quiet. I might fucking got the back part of the yard finally mowed. It's still wet out there after bloody that rain we got here in March, eh? It's fucking terrible.
Jeepers.
You know, it's just, I don't know, can't get away. It needs to be a trench dug out there or some bloody thing, I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know, still healing up. I've got cuts and burns all over me. But anyway.
Yeah, you were showing me yesterday morning. You know, all the burns from that work you were doing.
Yeah.
G'day, Luke. How are you, mate?
Yeah, Luke. Yeah, everyone start coming streaming in shortly, I suppose. Yeah, bloody cool here tonight. There you going, Saul?
Hey there, Sol. Yeah, it's a bit chilly down in Melbourne. A little chilly down in Melbourne.
Yeah. Bloody, actually, I think it's chillier up here tonight than down where it is down there.
Oh, I don't know. That's Scott's calling if you reckon you're going to be colder than Melbourne, mate.
Yeah. I think you're getting rain down there or some big showers or something.
Yeah, I think so. I think
we're going to Steve Morris. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a 7 there, I think. Fucking, yeah. But anyway, I've got a big heater beside me. That'll help me out anyway.
Cop this, mate. Yeah. This is a ripper. I was sitting around here about 4 o'clock this afternoon and I'm not doing anything. I said to a little bloke, oh, you want to go for a drive? You know, just go for, drive for half an hour or something.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, all right, no worries. So anyway, I go out and pull the car out of the garage and he jumps in the car and he said, oh, can we get a, get a tape to play while we're in the car, Dad? Get one of those Pink Floyd tapes.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was asking about Pink Floyd earlier in the week. Yeah. Anyway, I pulled out a tape and already had it in the car. I beat him to it. And I Wish You Were Here.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So anyway, we've plugged that into the CD player, and off we go. Yeah. We're on at the freeway, and we're hitting 100 kilometres an hour. Listen to Wish You Were Here, and he's bopping along, turning up the volume and stamping his feet and singing along.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, beautiful, and he was asking me questions. I had to turn down the volume to hear him, and I was saying how revolutionary that music was.
Oh, it
for
was.
its time in the 70s and the 80s, and
Oh, it
it
was.
sort of it changed sort of the whole culture of of music. And I was
Yeah.
trying to explain to him that it was all played naturally. It wasn't synthesized music or
No,
made up.
no.
It was all
I
natural
could,
music. And
I couldn't stand it fucking back
I'm
then. I'm listening to
absolutely
it every.
stoked. I'm
Yeah.
stoked that he's into Pink Floyd, mate.
No, it's good. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
it's,
it's good
you
stuff.
got you get bloody. If you got yourself a good sound system, you get the full benefits of Pink Floyd. I
Oh
like,
yeah,
the
yeah, indeed. I
Welcome to the
was
Machine's another good one. Oh, there's all good, all good. Well, that bloody
yeah,
when they did what is it, bloody Dark Side of the Moon, the album, that was just that was phenomenal. That one.
yeah, that changed. That sort of changed moving around. That was a massive leap forward. Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah,
I've actually got the old record here. I was speaking to him about the other day. So you hear this stuff on CD, Jack? I said it's nothing compared to the the actual record.
yeah,
So maybe tomorrow, or he's on holidays at the moment.
yeah,
I'll put the record on and in the back room here, and pump it through a good amplifier. And I've got a couple
yeah,
of good speakers out here which you can listen to, and really
yeah.
turn up the volume, and let him listen to some real music.
The first thing I bought when I when I started work, I started working probably about 71. Anyway, I was only working for not even a year, and I went out and I bought one of the big old Pioneer quadraphonic stereos.
Yeah,
Sound system, fucking had it up in the house, and oh man, this play, all that sort of stuff. It used to sound good on that stuff. I still got me, that one. I think I died. That thing died in the '90s, and I bought another big Pioneer one in the '90s, and I still got that. I'll set it up. It's too small this place. So next when I get out of here, another place, I'll
they
get
weren't
set
a
up.
bad setup, Pioneer. They were pretty good, weren't they?
Yeah, you get better ones, But for me, I'm half fucking deaf anyway. It sounds all right to me. I don't have to have the absolute best. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it
What are the
certainly needs to
kangaroos?
be pump it through some good speakers, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I'm sort of saying. You get the full benefits with a decent, with a good setup.
Yes.
But I know a old guy. He's an old architect. Anyway, he's got a couple of mansions around the place. One up at Maloney, up in the mountains. He goes up there and he wires all them up, the whole house up himself. He gets all these old, like some I forget the brand, like Sandgear, and he builds his own boxes and for the speakers and all that sort of stuff. Oh man, he gets a good setup, I tell you. There you go, Oz. There you go and get him, Matt. Beans.
G'day, Oz. How are you? G'day, Matt. How are you, mate? Beans and Bruises even joined us.
Yeah.
G'day, Beans. He'd be getting a bit toey now, wouldn't he? Beans and Bruise. Saturday night in downtown Vietnam.
Yeah, Vietnam, is it?
Yeah, I think it's in Vietnam now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good luck. So what is it? 3 hours of time. It's 4 o'clock. Just now at 4:30, quarter to 5.
Yeah, right.
In Vietnam. Yeah. So he'll go a couple more hours, I suppose. Then he'll hit the town, I guess. Go and have food and then go and hit the town.
It's fucking cool here at the moment, I tell you. Anyway, I've got the big heater on beside me. I don't like using those bar ones. The reverse cycle bloody machine, That blow up on me, so I'll have to get another one. Bloody, this is flicking through bloody marketplace. No, bloody, I might do much tomorrow. I'll take it easy, I think. The day off, I haven't had a day off for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. But anyway, yeah. Acai's a good sound system.
Yeah, I'm just looking at what I got here.
Yeah. I had one of those Commodore those Brock ones years ago. One of the very first ones, VC, I think it was, and made a big Akai stereo. No, not an Akai, it was a Alpine in that one. That sounded good.
Yeah, I remember having an old Akai. You had it all, had the record player with it, and CD player and cassette player, I think. Oh, I think it was before CDs. Had the cassette player and record player and the radio.
Yeah.
I was just looking at this thing I've got here. What I pump my volume through me. I said to my sister a few years back, so I need a turntable. and an amplifier. So she gave me an old turntable she had. It was a Luxman.
Yeah.
And a Luxman amplifier. You know,
Yeah,
I think they're reasonably okay.
Yeah, they're good. Luxman.
But I pump I pump them all through I've got some Wharfdale speakers, which my sister actually gave me when I was 21. You know, my 21st birthday, she gave them to me as a present.
Yeah.
And we still pumping along fine.
Yeah, they last forever. I think it was, I blew up the first, that old Pioneer, quite a funny thing I bought. I bloody didn't take me long to blow the speakers up on that thing, and bloody, I ended up buying them. Remember years ago, there used to be people out in the white van speakers. They used to sit in garages and stuff, and you'd buy them out of the back of a white van. They used to be around up here quite often. They sold these linear design speakers. They were sort of, they weren't the greatest, I bought a set of those. I still got them actually, but they were like, they were a tower speaker with two 12-inch speakers in them, and subwoofers, all that sort of shit. They weren't bad, but the bloody amplifier used to make them rattle a bit. But anyway, I still got those bloody things.
I was just thinking before about linear design. I think that was one of the first amps I ever had. Was a linear design. They worked all right. They used to pump it out.
Yeah, these ones work all right. I'll have to wire it all up again. But that amplifier got that old. It's just I don't know. I mean, bloody the CD player, all the belts. You can't buy the belts from here. They're all they're all like rubber bands in them. I don't know whether you can still get them, but I don't know. I sort of like the old stuff.
I think there's a revival of what they call vinyl, the old vinyl records. I think there's just in the last few years there's been another revival of them.
That was a huge revival.
People are chasing them.
Oh shit! Yeah, I've got a mate's got a shop. That's what he does. He's got he got thousands of records up there. Right? He bought a collection of a guy. He had 3,500, 4,000 fucking records or something like that.
Jesus.
He had some good blue stuff there too. I remember
one of the kids auctions recently, the local auction rooms. They have a records. Had a record sale on recently, and Jesus, they were getting good money. For records. Pink Floyd and the Rumours album from Fleetwood Mac, and they might have had a Rolling Stones record, and maybe a Jimmy's Barnes record, or 5 or 6 records. $100, $100, $120, $150.
Oh, you get more than that. Well, depends on to do with I think the first pressings, second pressings, and all that sort of stuff.
These were first pressings.
Look, I got American Pie, I got the album, I got bloody all the Doors. I used to love the Doors. Bloody one of the favorite ones I got is the bloody Last Waltz when the band broke up. They had it was about 1970, I think it was. They had a celebration for fucking 2000 or some bloody thing, and they brought on a lot of people, like Emmylou Harris, fucking Muddy Waters, Dr. John, bloody, who else? Oh God, bloody Neil Diamond, Neil Young, you name it. That was good. I think I've been through about.
Steve Morrison just said. Remember that one what Steve Morrison just said? American Pie by Don McLean.
Yeah. I got that album.
That was real catchy. That everybody knew that. They used to sing it.
Good. I still got all my old records I bought when I was young. Every bloody one of them. That bloody War of the Worlds.
Right next to me here, they are. Right on my right hand side.
I've got a bunch of Beatles ones.
G'day, my dude Bath.
How you going, Joe? Here for a smoke.
Good on you, mate.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Where's Kanga? He's supposed to be here.
He said he was working in the garden or something, wasn't he?
No, I don't know. It'd be dark down there now. It'd be a bit cold outside.
Yeah.
No, I like the old records. I listen to music all the time. I still do. Keep me calm. The bloody Pink Floyd's the one that calms me down these days. We could never stand Slade back then, but I love them now. I've got a few of their records.
Well, they're a good party album, Slade, would they?
Oh yeah, shit, yeah. He had a good voice, that prick. Bloody oh God, look. Oh man, Those milk crates, them old plastic milk crates, I've got about 5 or 6 of those full of records. I've got to get them out one day. They're not the best condition, because they've been played hard, But I've got old Beatles ones, bloody a lot of the old Beatles ones, Abbey Road, all that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, that was a beauty. Yeah, got them. Yeah, got them.
Yeah, Brownie.
How much was a record in the old days? $2, wasn't it, a record?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
I used to buy. Remember, you used to get those bloody, the golden, solid hits and all that sort of stuff. I used to buy the odd one of them because they'd have one song in there I liked,
Yeah.
But, I've got a few of them, but I sort of, sometimes I didn't really like the bloody artist that much, and I didn't want to buy the rest of their songs, I just wanted to get that one. But you used to get a lot of one-hit wonders back then, they'd have one song and they'd never see them again.
Yes,
you get a lot of them. Fucking hell.
Oh, plenty of them. There are plenty of them, Ray.
Oh, one song I could never fucking hell. 2 songs actually I hated. And one was that My Sharona. I hated that song, man. Every time it come on, I fucking smashed a few records. Radios, rather. I fucking hated that song. And the other one was that Foot Rod Flat song. Oh, God. Back then, they used to play it every second song on the radio. And you just go, after about a week, you get sick to death of it,
We're showing our age, Ray.
Oh, man, tell me about it.
We're showing our age.
Oh, God, I can remember in fucking primary school, grade 1, they still had slates.
Still had what?
Still had slates, the old slates.
Oh, they're like the little mini blackboard things.
Yeah, little blackboard thing, yeah, slate.
Yeah.
I remember them. Yeah, well, that was in grade 1, but that was probably the last year they were around, fuck, we did. Much older than that, we would have been fucking with a hammer and a chisel doing hieroglyphics on stone. Fuck. Jesus.
Good.
Yeah.
I really can't. I can't remember the slates. I may have had them. I can't remember.
Yeah, they're just like a little blackboard thing, Oh man, bloody hell! This is back in the old days. That one. No, we used to bloody back, life was a lot less complicated back then. Yeah, inkwells.
In ways, yes, it was. In ways, it was. Yes.
Yeah. Remember the inkwells?
Oh, yeah.
At least we had a proper quill. We didn't have a feather.
No, we used to have to get a special nib. I think it was a thing called a 525 nib. I think it was from memory.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
A little fine thing.
Yeah.
And you had to dip it in the inkwell, didn't you?
Yeah. Did you get the little bloody little quart of milk? A little third of a pint of milk.
A little third of a pint, yeah, little miniature things. Yeah, they're great on a hot summer's day.
Yeah, oh, yes.
Yeah,
sit down there and go hot.
Sit
and drink it. You had to sit there and drink it. You couldn't waste it. Fucking curdled fucking milk, beauty.
Yeah, we got milk at school with kids. Yeah.
No, they used to give us an apple too.
Sorry?
They used to give us an apple as well.
Oh, geez, you got spoiled.
Oh, yeah. Like an upper class.
Yeah, we used to. I'd have the milkman. I suppose the milkman bring around the little third of a pint bottles, weren't they, or something like that?
Yeah, third or a quarter, something like that. Yeah.
And you'd get one of them, and it'd have the tinfoil lid on it, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I remember later on when I was a teenager, you used to be able to buy a pint of milk, and bloody have that tin thing on the top, and used to get that one to get a hangover or to go before going out in the piss. You want to drink a pint of milk, put a line on your guts because we were into the rum then,
Yes.
Just get a bit of bloody chocolate or caramel flavouring in there and give it a shake up.
Yeah, that's right, man. About the milkman used to have a horse and cart.
Yeah, oh, it was a little bit beyond before me, but
I remember the horse and cart. You used to hear it coming through. The early morning or the very early hours of the morning, and hear the clip clop. The horse up the road. Coming up the road.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And the old Danny man.
Oh, go on, yeah.
That was pretty horrible. The old sanitary. What do they call him? Well, they used to call the shit cart, you know.
Oh yeah, what was it? The sanitary bloke, you know, the
Sanitary man, yeah.
shit cake. Yeah, that was before my time, I think, as well before
no,
my time.
Yeah, where I lived, fucking hell. You know, we used to get them full of bowler full of, you know, full of rocks. Poor bastard, he grunting and farting and snorting trying to get that fucking tin out there, I tell you. Oh, man, what a fucking job.
Oh, just that
What
dinner.
a job.
I don't want to be thinking about that.
Fucking horrible. No, you know, the guy used to be around there, he'd be sitting there fucking, he'd have a pocket full of Bex powders. He'd end up dying, he killed his fucking kidneys. But those Bex powders, he'd be fucking knocking those down. He'd knock down a Bex powder and have a rollie at the same time.
What's in those Bex powders? They used to be real popular.
Oh, it's like headache, like a painkiller thing, you know. But the old girl, and you used to get those. What were the other ones that started with a V? Vincent, something like that. Oh, I forget what they call the other ones. Vincent's.
In the Bex powders, it was a yellow packet or something, wasn't it? And they used to have these little sachets.
Yeah, little sachets. Yeah.
And you little folded up piece of it, and you had to unfold it.
Yeah.
You know, and then you just sort of, I was too young to have them, but I remember Mum taking them. You'd pour the powder into the mouth and wash it down with a glass of water or something.
Yeah. I'll see if I can Google that. What was in?
God knows what was in it.
Yeah, Bex powders.
Maybe it'd be Coke or something in it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, probably. What was in Bex powder? Oh, the old Bex. Aspirin, caffeine.
Find out what was in it.
Yeah. Phenytoin or whatever that is. It was caffeine. Must have given him a rush or something. What was in?
Is that all? Were you reading something on Google?
Yeah. I just said, where is it? Yeah, generic term, APC. Aspirin, phenytoin, PHENACETIN, and caffeine in combination were both addictive and deadly.
Oh, handy. Yeah, nice. Used to be able to buy it at the supermarket from memory, didn't they? Or not the grocery shop.
Yeah, my mum used to get into them. This old guy, he'd have a pocket full of me. Every time he had a cigarette, he'd have a Bex. You know, I suppose you'd have to be fucking off your noodle, I suppose. Caffeine or something, whatever, you know. They'd run around with bloody other, you know, 10 of other people's shit on your shoulder all afternoon, all day. They used to go, I used to know a guy that used to do it, and his mate did it actually, but they used to give him a sauna bath once a week just to get the stink out of them. He used to get in their skin. Fucking horrible.
Jeebus. We're showing our age here a bit, right?
Oh, tell me about it. Getting old.
Yeah, go on. Never carried so much weight in my life as what I am at the moment.
Yeah, it was. Nah, buddy. Oh man, the old days. When I worked in a blacksmith shop, all the old fellas there say, "Yeah, only good thing about the good old days," he says, "they're bloody gone."
Yeah.
Tidy up a bit.
Good point.
What have we done?
Yeah, no worries, my two, Bart.
Yeah, tidy up a bit.
I'll just pop in backstage to tidy up a bit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, or me on the buttons, I probably screwed something up, probably.
There's Joe.
There he is.
So, do you want to go on, Joe? We'll let you on, mate, or is that the story or what?
Zimmy, there you go, mate.
He can let himself on, can't he?
Yeah, I think he must have set something up properly wrong. I don't know. But with me on the buttons, I'm likely to fuck everything up.
Yeah, no, okay, no. He doesn't want to jump on. G'day, Zimmy. How are you, mate? All No worries. I'll see
Oh,
what
he's
he's doing.
changed the background.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
See what he's doing.
obviously.
It all went off automatic tonight, didn't it?
What's that? Sorry.
It all went off automatic tonight when he said, "Oh, we need
Yeah.
background."
ให้ป้าที่ไหนไม่รู้ให้ป้าเข้าไปในป่า
ลองเรียกสายป่าน
ใส่ป่าไม่รู้อยู่ไหน
เรียกสายป่าน
สายป่านอยู่ไหน
ใส่ป่าอยู่ไหนไม่รู้กลัวใส่ป่าหลงป่าใส่ป่าอยู่ไหนไม่รู้
สายป่านไปทำอะไรนะไปฉี่เปล่า
ไม่รู้ใส่ป่าเนี่ยหลงป่า
สายป่าน
กังวลใจกลัวใส่ป่าหลงป่า
Never get sick.
She's grass, isn't she?
Never get sick of that.
You can laugh your head off it. Oh God.
The cracker. There you go, Mr. G.
G'day, mate. How are you? Oh, you'd never got to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a couple more versions of that. Yeah, where's the other one? I want to get the other ones up.
Laugh your head off at it. It's grass, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's grass.
yeah, there's a rock version of that too.
There's a Joe that did that. You know, put music to it.
Yeah, you've got it up there. I'm not too sure how to do it, but you just press on a D and it'll come up. It's over and have a look over in brand on the side.
Brand on the side.
You know, it's on the buttons on the side, brand.
Then is brand. Yeah, right, eh?
You press, and then if you go down there, you see the top one's the one we just played, and then the one underneath that, it's got the rock version.
Comments, banners, band, brand,
Yeah, on brand.
private chat, right, eh? Okay,
Click on brand.
Yep, right, eh? Yes.
You see them down there
Yeah,
under
I
the
can see it.
intros.
I'm
And
just hesitant to press it. Oh, there we go. Theme, bubble, classic, minimal, block, brand color. Yeah, righto. Banners. Yeah, righto. Comments. Think better of comments. Righto. Oh, they're those extra facilities you get, isn't it?
yeah. Not too sure whether you just press the button, just press on it, and it'll play the rock version of it. You know.
Oh, I'll
That's
give
what
it a
I'm
try,
wanting.
mate. Go for it.
Yeah, you can figure. Well, Joe's handy. He can fix it up.
พี่ว่าบานหาใครอะ
หาใส่ป่าน
สายป่านอยู่ไหนอะ
ให้ป้าที่ไหนไม่รู้ใส่ป่าเข้าไปในป่า
ลองเรียกสายป่าน
ใส่ป่าไม่รู้อยู่ไหน
เรียกสายป่าน
สายป่านอยู่ไหนสายป่านอยู่ไหนสายป่านสายป่านสายป่านอยู่ไหนสายป่านสายป่าน
ใส่ป่าป่าอยู่ไหนไม่รู้ใส่ป่าเข้าไปในป่าป่าอยู่ไหนไม่รู้ใส่ป่าใส่ป่ากลัวใส่ป่าหลงป่าเข้าไปในป่าป่าอยู่ไหนไม่รู้ใส่ป่า
สายป่านอยู่ไหนสายป่านสายป่านสายป่านอยู่ไหนสายป่านสายป่านสายป่าน
That's a good There's another one too I found, eh? But we haven't got it loaded up on here. It's just a little bit different, you know. It's the same lady boy. Quite fucking
We haven't got a name for her, have we? We should have a
There is a name, but I can't. There you go, Owen.
Hey there, Owen. How are you, mate?
Yeah, man, fucking hilarious.
We should have a name for her.
Yeah, I think there is. Just on the other one, it's on. I'll talk to you later about it. There is around. It is around somewhere. I searched bloody YouTube trying to find that one because we were talking about it one night. I think it was me and Tim and Joe. And anyway, Joe said he was going to have to go through a pile of hard drives to try to find that rock version one. I said, well, just have a look on YouTube. And I'll scroll through it a fair bit. And I actually found that somebody else had pirated it and put their name on it. You know, so is that the one? And Joe said, yeah, that's the one. So we just plotted it back. That's easy.
Grass. Imagine waking up next to that. You chew your arm off. Mate. You just chew your arm off.
Oh, yeah, it is funny. Yeah, Bill, where's they going to? New subscriber. Hang on a minute. Where are we? Trying to see how many subs we've got now. Must be getting up there. Well, we've got a few now.
Yeah, a couple in there. I'm not sure if I think Tim said he might not be coming on, and
No, he's up to 162. That's getting pretty good. No, he's on his way back from Coffs Harbour or something. Kangas, but where's Kanga?
Yeah, I thought Kanga was going to jump on.
Yeah.
And who else? Pete reckons he's out at a party.
Yeah, he said he'd drop on from time to time, but just spontaneously. But I'll have to get someone on the bloody panel, I suppose. I'll see how we go. Waiting for bloody. I'll send bloody Kangaroo a message. Where are we?
I'm not going to be sticking around that long, Ray. I'll get in to see a little bloke. I'll be here for a little while.
Yeah.
But, I'm not going to be on terribly long, I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I get tired this time of night. I'd rather get up early in the morning, than have late nights.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I've got a couple of bourbons. I'm still waiting for my gundle to get up to settle down a bit.
Right.
What do you hit the invite, do you, at the bottom?
Yeah, where it says invite. If you click on that, you click on that and you post that to whoever you want to send it to. You post it in the chat or you post it to whoever you want.
Oh yeah, we just copy the clipboard.
No, just right click on it, then then copy and then paste it.
Oh yeah, probably. Okay, save as. Yeah, what have we done here? Yeah, copy. Paste. There you go.
Here's old mate. G'day, pal.
How you going on, mate?
There it is.
Starting to work this shit out a bit at a time. Try to bloody set. I don't know what Kangaroo is. But, it's been bloody. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, pushing that bloody mower. I've got a big 20-inch self-propelled mower, and I was trying to mow that grass out the back today, where it was all bloody soft and bloody wet, and the bloody thing wasn't pushing. I had to push the bloody thing. It was hard work pushing that bloody big thing. It was like trying to push a fucking slasher. No, it's bloody. Anyway, at least it's done now. Anyway, I'll be trying to get the yard down for ages.
Yeah. I was meant to do mine on Friday, but the lady who cuts my lawn, she was going to come Friday, so don't bother. They're putting, new bitumen on the road today, so you won't be able to get your car in. They didn't finish. And it doesn't look like they'll do it on Monday. And, she said she might be able to come Tuesday, but we'll see. But it needs to be cut. She used to live across the road, but she sold her joint. She used to have a garden pristine. She used to have it. She used to have like a hedge fence.
It
was that.
A lot of work.
She kept it that neat and flat on top. Like you could have shaved with it. It was that sharp. On top.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, it was sold, and some Chinese bought it. Oh God! It let it go to wreck and ruin. They haven't cut the fence, and she comes over and cuts my lawn, and she almost cries. When she sees her old house across the road, how they've let it go. She was a gardener, and she put in a lot of effort into the garden. it's just
Yeah.
beautiful. Go out the front door and look at her joint. But now,
Yeah.
oh, it's a
Yeah.
nice saw.
Yeah,
Anyway,
right. How do you pin the link at the top of the chat? How do you do that?
Let me see.
I don't know how to do it.
What's that star
Yeah, that's
name?
the maker's mark here at the moment. Mr. G. I've got to maker's mark, but I don't know. Some of the bloody. I went to get some Long Branch the other week and I couldn't get any of Dan Murphy's. But then I thought if I want that stuff, I'll just go down to the airport. They'd have all that stuff down there. I just won't be getting a bloody duty free, but that doesn't matter. I just want to be able to get it. Share.
Yeah, I must catch up with Trev, Mr. G.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't seen him for a while. Although he came on the stream last week, we caught up with him.
Yeah.
He popped on for a little while. He was in fine form.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's full of conspiracies.
Oh, yeah, of course. He loves that.
I didn't get a bourbon. I've got a bourbon here. I'll get some ice shortly. Where's Zimmy? I thought it was Zimmy. Where's Zimmy? He's gone again, is he?
I don't know how we pin it.
All the bloody, I was looking at some of the bloody house prices up here are starting to drop. Oh, they're not paying the stupid money now because of the interest rates are going up.
I don't think so, man. About there's no one censoring anything here, mate.
No, none of us are.
No, we're not touching
censored. No, nothing here.
No, we're not touching it. Unless you're dropping a 4-letter word or something like that, your comments won't come up.
Yeah.
That's just a natural thing for YouTube.
Yeah, it might be a censor thing there. I don't know. Use first incoming.
Right, I just pinned it. Very good. Okay, yeah, it's up there. Thank you. It's pinned. Very good. Very good.
Just trying to work out all this sort of stuff. Oh, yeah.
There was a glitch in the chat for a few minutes.
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's all over my top. It's all over my head, man. I'm fucking dumb as a face when it comes to computers. I don't even try to fucking. I don't even try to fucking look intelligent. You know what I mean?
Oh, no worries. Even Titanium was saying he couldn't comment. The glitch in the chat for a few minutes.
Yeah, right.
Can we thank Mr. Turnbull for that? Was that broadband again, was it?
Yeah, you probably wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, he done a real good job there, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, what a fuck up that was. I tell you what, when I went over to Thailand and last time I was there and jumped on the computer, Jesus, I noticed a massive difference, in the speed and the efficiency of the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much faster and quicker and cleaner and, less dropouts, and it's totally different than, just slow as buggery here in Australia, just slow.
Yeah, right.
Ridiculous.
Terrible. Yeah, it doesn't look like Hanker's coming on.
Or did he give you a message or what?
Yeah, he's in Sydney.
All right, Yeah, I use that AIS Manabouts in Thailand. I've still got a phone, I think. Got a specific phone I use in Thailand, but it's it's locked into AIS, so I can't use it here. I'll just wait to go back to Thailand and fire it up again. It should work.
Yeah. How long do those SIM cards last for over there?
Sorry?
That's what I use, AIS. How long does the SIM cards last for over there?
Well, I don't know. You sort of, if you don't use them, they naturally expire, don't they? If you don't use them after 3 months, they fucking die. Yeah. The SIM cards, fuck all.
Yeah, exactly. I always get one at the airport. But,
I always like to use 2 phones. I like to have a separate phone for Thailand and a phone for here in Australia.
Yeah. That bloody Oppo phone I got, that's what I used. Well, not that was the last time I went over there and I got that Samsung. It had took 2 SIM cards. That was handy. You could have an AI. I had AIS over there, and then I left my other one in for when I got back home here. And, at least when I got bloody, I took a smashed up bloody Samsung S8 Plus over there with me and got it all fixed up.
You're right. Was that expensive to get repaired?
Oh, a few $100. That's when that was, that was in 2018 or 19 or something, But I ain't picked it up. Somebody gave it to me here, and the fucking front screen was smashed and bloody, just needed, rebuilding. It cost me a few $100, but still, it was a good phone. Anyway, I got it here, and I couldn't get any reception inside the house. I ended up selling it for $500. Buddy, somebody, mate of mine's son, had a brand new one in the box because he had a fault with it. Anyway, he's got a business. Anyway, I ended up going back to bloody Samsung, and they ended up replacing it with a new one, and they just took their time. And in the meantime, he just went out and bought a brand new S9 Plus. So we had this one sitting there, still under warranty. So I bought that off him for $500, and I'm still using it now.
Thank you. Very nice. Very nice.
Okay, good that.
Very nice.
I don't want it. Yeah, So Tim's on his way back. I don't know where he'd be right now.
Yeah, that's sweet, my too bad.
Interesting, that worked. Yeah.
The little boy's on the play. He's already put it on. What time I go to bed tonight? I'm on school holidays. I don't have to go to bed at 9:30 tonight, do I, Dad? Yeah, no worries. No, so he's pushing the limits a bit, but they can stay up during school holidays. There's no drama.
Yeah. I think Melbourne and bloody Brisbane airports is just totally gridlocked at the moment because of the amount of people trying to get away.
Oh yeah, you can understand.
Yeah, because of bloody on the news. That bloody what's his name? That Joyce. He seems to be fucking up Qantas pretty well, doesn't he? Cutbacks and all that shit.
How did he ever get? What did he ever do? What was his claim to fame that he became the chairman of Qantas? What was he doing in Great Britain before he came out here and took on the role of chairman? Or the managing director of Qantas.
He's paid plenty of fucking money.
What was his claim to fame?
Yeah.
He's a poofter.
Yeah.
He's a dick sucker. God.
Oh, yeah. See, bloody America's blowing up at the moment. They've taken, the high court's taken, they're not allowed to bloody get abortions now over there. Thinking, fucking hell.
Yeah, that's upset a few.
No, well, they get all these fucking, all these fucking, what do you call them, these bloody erratic pricks in there, put them all in there so they get control of the high courts and all that sort of shit, and it's coming back to bite them in the arse, I suppose. I don't know a huge amount about it.
I saw Trump got on. He was wrapped, apparently. He said, this is because of, he put 3 people in the, in the high court that was, against abortion. He reckons it's a great day for humanity that, that the bill's been changed about. And you're right, It's upset a few.
Why, they're all out there screaming. It doesn't take much to get them all fucking screaming over there. Fucking hell.
Yeah, good point, man. Most probably sucked kick all the way to the top, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't stand him personally.
Yeah. He seems to be pretty happy with his fucking annual salary, that's for sure.
Oh, God. He's just decimated Qantas. All the baggage crew and all the ground staff, he's just sacked them all, put all in private contractors and, undercut the staff by thousands. And,
There's a funny bloody meme getting around on Facebook at the moment where he's cut a ride back now and cut out the fucking passengers. That way there's no problems with losing bloody what do you call it? There's no problem with losing baggage and all that sort of shit. I said, oh, no, where's Zimby? You'd be interested in listening to that one.
Oh, where'd you be? You know? Well, that's what happened to Zimmy recently, doesn't it? You know, Zimmy lost his baggage for 8 days or something. Yeah, I think he was lucky. He said he had some of his medication with him. He had several months' supply of his medication in his other bag. In his suitcase. It'd be nice and fucked. He's diabetic, isn't he, Zimmy? That would cause a bit of angst.
Exactly. I'm just trying to find. What if I could send it? Hang on a second. I'll see if I find this thing. I'll send it to you. Right.
What's that, Ray? What are you sending?
Right. That bloody thing about Qantas.
Right.
See if I can send it to you.
Yeah, that's right, Sol. 2,000 baggage handlers. You'd be wrapped, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd be wrapped, Yeah, Ray just sent me something. Oh, God, settle, yeah. Have a look at it. He'd be a taker. He'd bend over. He'd be the one who'd be bending over, wouldn't he?
Oh yeah, he'd be the pin. That's a fucking.
He'd be the taker.
No, he'd be the cushion rather. What they call it, the bottom or some fucking thing or whatever.
Passengers in a new plan to improve service. The new strategy is that it will slash wait times at airports, eliminate loss of luggage completely. National Carrier Qantas announced that they will begin to phase out passengers on flights with 0 passenger charge set by 2025.
Crack me up there.
That'd be right. Yeah. Helen Joyce, like the move to the removal of smoking from an aircraft in the 1980s. Instead of top review the Qantas service. We're always looking for ways to remove inefficiencies from the system so we can offer more streamlined, frictionless service. When we look closely, what was slow is that again it came back to one thing: the passengers. Yeah, what a tough idea. You get some funny cunts out there, don't you?
Yeah, that's a fucking beauty. I pissed myself laughing when I saw that.
Yeah, it's very quick.
I sent it to Zimmy the other day and enjoyed that one. You get to another country, you have to shit you need in your bloody bag. He had his important stuff on the carry-on, I suppose. So that's the main thing.
Oh, God.
Yeah, take it. It
always pisses you off, doesn't it? You're waiting for your bag to come out, and you think, oh, when did they put it on the flight? And when's it coming out? And oh, God.
Oh yeah, you got to be in a certain place waiting for these bricks. Well, we'll be around between such and such and such and such on this day or that day or that day. And meanwhile, you're trying to enjoy your fucking holiday. You're only there for a couple of weeks, So
yeah.
Thanks.
Good. Anything on the idiot box tonight, Ray?
I don't know. I haven't really had a look. I've got some movies here I want to catch up on, but I'm going to be in the mood to watch a movie. Big W, going Big W. Well, what's that bloody that new Doctor Strange one the other night? It wasn't too bad. But, we're just about a hankering lately to watch a good science fiction.
What was that show Pete was asking on? We were talking about it yesterday. We watched it the other night. He messaged me last night and he asked me what it was. I forgot the name of it. The little bloke. The little bloke remembered what it was. Knives Out, it was called.
Yeah, it sounds.
Knives Out with that. The old. What's the bloke from played James Bond?
Yeah, right.
What's his Daniel Craig?
Oh, yeah,
Daniel
right.
Craig. Yeah, it's a very different role for him. Instead of being the the sort of the smooth, English, Pommy secret agent. He was a very broad spoken, had the American accent on. And he battled with the American accent, like you could see through the American accent. It wasn't, it wasn't at all. You can see he worked hard to do it,
Yeah. It's like Tantrum.
Well, here he is. Here's your little mate, Ray.
Rabbit egg on rabbit. It's like Tantrum. Might end up being a more relevant name. What are you fucking talking about? Type Tantrum.
You're on thin ice. You're on thin ice with me, Rabbit. Don't push it.
Yeah, what's the old saying? You're fucking everyone's welcome until you're not. Bloody hell. What a day. It's pretty quiet. I thought fucking a few of the fellas are going to be on around tonight.
Yeah, well, one stage, I'll let rest tonight. And I thought, no, get out the back and have a look, see what's doing. And then you message anyone around, and I thought, oh yeah, Christ, looks like Ray's going to be on his lonesome. Better jump on.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's been bloody I've been tired today actually.
We've got that thing, that trial of Christine Keeler. That's been on before.
Yeah, right. A few movies on last night. I'm waiting for that new bloody Jurassic Park movie to come out. See what that one's like.
Yeah,
they've been getting pretty repetitive. Yeah, they're getting pretty repetitive, but I want to see that Top Gun. I should have gone to the cinema and watched that. Yeah. The new one, the bloody Maverick one. So I didn't mind the other one. It was all right.
Yeah, little boys, he said he wanted to watch that on. He said he thinks it's on Netflix or something, or one of the old Jurassic Parks. I think he wants to watch that later on tonight.
A few of them on there. I watched the previous one. Wasn't too bad. They got repetitive after a while, But this latest one, they brought in a lot of the original fucking what do you call it? Bloody the original stars, Jeff Goldblum, Laura Dern, and all them. Might make it a bit better, maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
They had something on TV tonight about it. They're talking about the old movies compared to the old Jurassic Park series compared to what this latest one was, and I watch a little bit of it, but it's always, I don't know about you, but I've always found that sort of thing intriguing. Dinosaurs are intriguing.
Oh yeah,
like you saw a movie on dinosaurs or something. Remember that? I think one of the first movies I ever saw with dinosaurs, and it was it called 10,000 Years BC?
10,000 BC. I remember that one. Yeah, Raquel Welch was in that, I think, wasn't she?
Yeah, was she ever?
Yeah.
Oh, you remember her? That was like soft porn, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She was rocking around in her kick. She was a top sort, wasn't she?
Did you ever see that Flash Gordon? Not Flash Gordon, Flash Gordon. That used to be around when I was a young bloke. Everyone, we got to go see that, And it was fucking crazy.
I remember Flash Gordon, the series.
No, Flash Gordon. That was a movie.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah,
Flash.
I think the ABC did reruns of it or something, or
not Flash Gordon, not FLASH, FLESH.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, Flash Gordon. Yeah, I think I've seen that too, but that was just that was just sort of a takeoff of it, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're going through the cave and they had all those Penosauruses chasing them. They're growing dicks with an eye at the top of them. Fucking look hilarious. And, oh, man. It's fucking, like, what do they call it? The graphics and that have got a little bit different now than what they were back then, that's for sure. The Creature from the Black Lagoon. There's another one, and the fucking thing from outer space. I scared the shit out of me, those movies when I was a kid.
You see that comment from Joe? He's talking about, what does it say?
2
days masterpiece are being lifted. here, I still have not seen anyone not wearing a mask in public. The Thais love masks in Bangkok, anyways, but plenty not wearing helmets. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I thought I read an article in the Bangkok Post. I was speaking to people about it yesterday. I thought I'm not sure if it said 80 or 90%, or it was at least 80%. Of Thais said that they'll continue wearing masks by choice.
Yeah, right. No, well, fair enough. As long as you have the fucking, as long as you get there and not have to wear them, it's the main fucking thing. I don't want to
it's not, no, that's all off the books now, But you ever gone out and you've jumped in a tuk-tuk and sat in a tuk-tuk for half an hour? And then spat into a handkerchief and see the shit that or blown your nose and see all the black dust and dirt and smog and shit all over your skin and everything like that.
That's what I hate about Bangkok.
Yeah, the pollution.
Oh, fuck, I can't breathe it. 3 days and I'm wheezing. I've got to get out of there. Got to fucking get up the bush and get up the country there somewhere, so I can get some air. I went down to Pattaya. I was going back my first trip. I was backwards and forwards from Pattaya, and then I went out to Kanchanaburi, and I could breathe. Fuck. Just couldn't breathe in bloody Bangkok.
Oh, it's all right nowadays. You should have seen it years ago. Like you jump off the plane, and if the heat didn't knock you off your feet, the stench did. Well, Bangkok used to stink to high heaven in the old days, and I mean, it was putrid.
Still not the greatest.
70s and the 80s, it stank. It takes a week, 10 days to get the smell out of your nose.
My first time I got there, it was a midnight flight, and I got there about 5 a.m. Anyway, I went to put my bags in, and I thought I'd go for a bit of a walk at about 7 in the morning. Anyway, I got outside and everyone was hosing their bloody shit, all the crap into the bloody sewers and all that sort of stuff, and thinking, oh, fuck, Jesus, that stinks.
Yeah, grass, yeah.
It was down Soi 4. Anyway, walked up and fucking found a bloody Starbucks and got a coffee. And hung around there a bit, went back and had a bloody kip for a while. You just dozed a little bit here and there and had a bit of a look around during the day and went back for another nap and went out that night. Couldn't believe it. I walked out of Nana Hotel at 9 o'clock at night. I didn't even make it out of the car park.
It's all right.
Scoop one up straight back to the room. She'd be right.
Let's comment, Chris. The Thais are all paranoid about monkeypox now. And Big W saying, the joint will stink of ganja now. Yeah, that'd be right.
They're all walking around stone. They're going to be scared of a lot more than fucking monkeypox.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Lay some weed. Get a bit of weed. They make it cheap enough to be able to put some weed in some bloody dog baits and chuck them out for the soy dogs. Get the soy dogs fucking stoned. You wouldn't have to worry too much about them then. See some bloody, what's his name, Josh and La La Land or whatever. He got fucking bitten by a soy dog or something. Had to go and get a rabies shot.
Oh, God. Tons of fucking things, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
They see, you're walking down the street, there'll be 50 fucking Thais and they'll target you. They'll target the fucking Farang.
Yeah.
I know, we must smell different or something, or we're eyeing them off, and there'll be 50 Thais standing around, and you're the one that the fucking thing's coming after. And they sort of walk out there as if they're stalking you. They're just waiting for the fucking things to attack.
Well, they can sense fear. If they sense fear in you, they'll go,
Yeah.
You just fucking turn around and just fucking. The Thais just fucking off. You don't know what they say to them, but they just fucking yell at them. They fucking take off pretty quick.
Bye. They say, don't they? Bye. Go.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm always ready. You give them a drop kick to the fucking head. Always, Obs.
Yeah.
A kick in the fucking head. You score that well, it sort of puts them off real quick. I'm not adverse to kicking a fucking a soy dog in the fucking head if I have to.
No, yeah. Just don't show fear. If you show fear, they'll fucking come out. They'll go for you. A lot of animals do that sort of shit. But,
I saw a quick article. I just sort of flashed through that Pro Utes got up and said that they're going to ban soldiers or anyone in the military from smoking marijuana. Yeah,
we wouldn't want a bunch of fucking stoned soldiers.
Yeah, that'd be grass, wouldn't it? A couple of stoned soldiers, and load them up with a couple of automatic weapons, and
Yeah.
You'd think it'd be fucking natural, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah. I see the bloody High Court in America too. They bloody they're still people still get around with a loaded bloody handgun in their pocket if they want it. They're all jumping up and down about that too. I don't know. I don't think I'd like to live over there.
My old man took me over there when I was young, and where were we? I think we were in New York or somewhere. I hadn't been in the States long. Oh, that's right. We're in Times Square. And he said, "Oh, well, here we are in America, son. What do you think of America?" I said, "Oh, it's a great place, Dad, but it's full of fucking Yanks."
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, there's fucking loudmouth fucking Americans. Don't worry, anywhere you travel in the world, and if you're in a restaurant or something, there's one Yank in the restaurant. Well, you know exactly where he's sitting, don't you?
No, you hear him.
You hear him. But as far as but to be honest, I can't speak highly enough of the Yanks. The interaction I've had with them, can't speak highly enough of them. Always very polite, well mannered, respectful. I've found, very well mannered. I've found in general the Americans.
Yeah, I've got a sister living over there now. I've got a lot of relatives that are American Yanks. Fucking funny, the youngest one, James, when he came over, he couldn't understand a word we were talking about. He was born in Australia. He was only 5 when he went over there. He sat there, when he came back, he would be sister. He sitting there and never said a word. I said, "Gee, James, quiet." And he doesn't know what we're talking about. He can't understand us.
Amazing, isn't it?
Look how funny. She comes home with a strong American accent. Anyway, he's only here 2 days and she's back, being an Aussie again. Quite funny.
The little bloke's on school holidays at the moment. And they had the half-yearly report card came out, report sheets. Well, I tell you what, you went through and you had to fill it in yourself. You couldn't. I couldn't have made it better if I filled it in my fucking self.
Cool. Excellent.
It was just fucking ridiculous. His standard of mathematics is in halfway through year 8. Yet, his standard mathematics is halfway through year 10 or something. He's 2 years in front of where he should be.
Man,
Boris, like the Yanks are the most polite, respectable, people I've found, on YouTube, in general, when they're addressing you, personally, or you're having a personal interaction with them, and Steve Morris, thank Christ for the fucking Yanks. Thank Christ for the Yanks. Otherwise, Ray and I would be speaking fucking Japanese now.
Exactly. You've got to give them that. That's
the Yanks would be speaking fucking Japanese.
Oh yeah.
Don't put the fucking Yanks down. The Poms didn't come to our aid. That's for fucking sure.
No. They were bloody.
Fucking Yanks would be walking around with fucking samurai swords and eating sushi all day long.
Yeah, I know. They bloody. Exactly. Well, Japan, they even had their own money printed and every fucking thing, eh?
It's fucking true.
No, I know. Yeah, I know. They bloody. They lost a lot of lives. It's pretty bad up north. They were bloody. A lot of ships are getting sunk and stuff like that, and bodies washing up on the beach and around Darwin and stuff like that in Torres Strait. They were bloody finding bodies washed up all the time. They go and bury them, and then they come back the next bloody morning and the Crocs are gone, dug them up and dragged them off. things.
Oh, a nice one.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Fucking Australian government, geez, they didn't even tell anybody that bloody Darwin got bombed.
No, it was all very. It's only in
No,
latter
what?
years.
Yeah, it'll come out.
Latter years. It's really coming out. How much Australia came under attack.
Oh yeah, that
From the
Blaine was a
Japanese.
total fuckwit. Yeah, yeah, Blaine, he was a fuckwit. But,
I tell you
no,
what,
they
he's done the greatest disappearing act in history. Fucking recently, I can't get over it. Do you remember a bloke called Scott Morrison? Yeah, like you
Yeah,
talk
Scott,
about a disappearing act. Like
oh yeah, he's gone.
what's happened to him? You know.
Oh, he got his $500,000 a year, and he's gone. He's fucking happy as a pig in shit.
Well, he's on that. He's on what 90% of his pension for the rest of his life, isn't he? Yeah.
Oh, I thought they get 100. That was don't they get 100?
Oh, well, it
What
could
they
be
get?
100% because he spent
Yeah,
two
well,
terms. He's on that for the rest of his fucking life.
Oh yeah, even bloody even 90% would be $500,000 fucking dollars a year.
Oh,
Jesus.
nice one. Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
just
like-
that. They get an office and bloody chauffeur-driven cars and everybody, I think, if I remember right. I'm just going to mute myself for a second. I'll be back in a minute. I just want to get a drink. Back in a second. How do I fucking mute myself? Oh, hang on. I'll be back in a second, John. I just got
No worries, Ray. That's Steve Morris just said, nicest, most courteous folks I've ever met in my 27 years as an expat are from Australia. Well, that's interesting. That's nice. Most courteous folks I've ever met. But no, I thought the Aussies are pretty friendly, Yeah, pretty friendly. I always say g'day to people. Scott Morrison, sounds familiar. Is an Australian. Australian. Good on your soul. You haven't heard fucking boo from him. Tell you what, like they've got a lot of digging out, to do. I think the Liberal Party now, they've got a lot of clawing back to get. I think. Yeah, when we're sober, we're mannered. When we're sober, yeah, when we've had a few drinks in us, we can let go a bit. We can let go. We don't sort of, hold anything back. Well, I used to have a mate of mine, who's an Aussie bloke. I think he's one of the first Australians ever to own a bar in Pattaya. And I used to love a drink, Tony. He used to love a drink, and when he wasn't, he'd leave his missus, in Pattaya, and he'd come back down to Bangkok, for the weekend and have a bit of a play. Oh, well, he'd get full as a boot. He'd get drunk as buggery, and he'd say, "Come on, Jono, we're going out, So we've been out all night. Where are we going?" He said, "We're going down to Soy 3. He said, "We're going to go belt a few Germans." So we'd go down to the German beer bar or something, and you just pick a fight, with some Germans, just for the sake of picking a fight. God, he was brutal, he was.
Who's that?
Just talking to a mate of mine who used to like fighting in Bangkok.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is what, 35, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
You always guaranteed a fight at the German beer garden in Soy 3. Well, guaranteed a fight there, The Germans used to be in there, and the Yanks used to sort of, you couldn't get a fight in the German beer garden, which was sort of, 9 times out of 10, you'd go over to the Grace Hotel, and you'd go and you'd pick a few Yanks. You'd pick a few Yanks. You'd hit a Yank with a chair or something that was on, That's when you were young and crazy and half full of ink and,
tell me
a
about
bit of fun and, go out picking fights in Bangkok. What would they say, Ray? It was either a feed, a fight, or a fuck.
Yeah, feed, a fight, or a fuck. Yeah. Exactly.
A feed,
and
a
then you
fight,
get a good night. You've had a good night.
Yeah, that's right.
I just had to get a bourbon, man. I'm fucking going dry.
Oh, all right. You talked me into it.
Been sitting there staring at it.
I almost drank a bottle of it last night. That's Stones. I reckon that's a good drink
Yeah.
in the winter. That warms up.
Stones.
Yeah.
Stones. Yeah, I used to drink that. I used to drink that
Yeah,
Stones Mac too.
Hey?
So we used to get that Stones Mac as well. We used to like that as well. A bit stronger.
It's got whiskey in it, the Stones Mac, hasn't it?
I think so. I think it's
Yeah, they put whiskey in it, yeah.
We used to bloody. Wait a second, I'll see. I don't even know if they still have it.
Fuck the sunset, my two part. Fucking, we'll look at the fucking sunset. God, fucking Jesus. I gave it to poor Burns the other week. He said, "Oh, Jono, do you want to watch the fucking sunset?" You go get fucked. You go and watch the fucking sunset.
Burns green ginger wine.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Solar used to have all the Russian working girls, but I think the Sudanese moved all them out. Used to have the Russian working girls there, and I think the Sudanese, have moved them out in recent years. I remember Soy 3 and that area. Before there was even a raghead in Bangkok, you wouldn't see an Arab. You wouldn't see an Arab in Bangkok. Now, it's just wall to wall raghead. There, it's wall to wall. The Saudis, because they bought the Grace Hotel out. They bought the Grace Hotel out. The Arabs.
Here we go. I found it. An Australian campsite favourite served with this is Stones Mac. Served neat on ice. Or mixed with heartwarming cocktails you can try. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, but the Scotch whiskey, the Stones original spicy ginger flavoured wine formula makes yada yada yada. 18.5 alcohol content. It's only $16, $17 a bottle. Stones Mac.
Oh yeah, you get a bit of a fly off it.
Yeah, we used to get a buzz of it.
Get a bit of a fly off it.
Yeah.
I remember when
green ginger wine.
I had my shop, Thai Handicrafts, and when I finished up the shop, I had a lot of stock left over, and I went down to the sort of the local Sunday market here in Melbourne, a place called Caribbean Gardens. And he used to be an 8 o'clock kickoff at the market.
Yeah.
If you had a regular store, you'd get in early. You could get in there at 6:30 in the morning. You had to set up your store. Well, anyway, I used to take some 3 or 4 rounds of sandwiches with me and a bit of fruit and a bottle of Stones. And I just thought, oh, that'll get me through the day. Well, 9 times out of 10, I'd have the bottle of Stones wine, knocked over by about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. Oh, well, I reckon that didn't put me in a good mood for the day. About smoko, 9:30, I was going down to the wine merchant, grabbing the bottle of white wine or red wine, a big lump of cheese, and I'd kick on for the day.
When we were kids, we used to get a bottle of that. Was it Brandivino? 99 cents a bottle of Brandivino. We used to get a 6-pack of beer and a bottle of Brandivino going around the world for 90 cents, so we just pulled it.
Every time I think of it, I feel like spewing.
This fucking redhead chick, she wasn't the best looking anyway. She fucking came up and she wanted root and she'd say, "Oh, you want to go around the world for 90 cents, boys?" You get a bottle of Brandivino, you just get a half piss so with Rooter.
Oh, Christ, Brandivino. Was it? I think they went down to the Garden Hotel down by the Raja. But that operation got busted in 2019, Christ.
Saturns is another one. Fucking plonk.
Oh, I didn't mind Saturn. What was it? What Porphyry Saturn it was called, wasn't it, or something? Or Lindeman's made it, I think.
Yeah, I don't know who made a Saturn. So the old man had a big bottle of the shit. Fucking
they had to change the name of all that stuff because they were French. The French put a patent on it, and you couldn't call it Saturn anymore.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know. I never liked plonk much.
Oh yeah, well.
Well, when we were kids, you drink any bloody thing, but whatever
Yeah.
give you a buzz, I suppose, but
Well,
brand of
anything to give you a
vino and
fucking buzz. Like nowadays, like you want a nice drink, you have a Coca-Cola. I reckon that's a great drink. Like as far as drinking alcohol, like, I don't drink because I like that light because of the fucking taste. I drink it to get pissed.
yeah,
Like
me too. I
like
look at bloody Pepsi Max. Actually, I have that with fucking. Hey, go on, Rick. I have that
hey
with
there, Rick.
bourbon.
Oh, don't even
Feel the
mention
taste.
brand of Vito. It makes me feel like Pete was saying yesterday about, he said, I said, how about we go down and get a bottle of sake? Oh, he went a bit seedy. So, no, I don't think I'll be going off on the sake anymore. He had too much last time, and he reckons it caused a few problems after a couple of bourbons, and that's the night he dropped the Buddha on the ground, and he said he's going off the sake.
Yeah.
So he said he went a little bit green. We started mentioning it, talking. He said, "Oh no, I don't want any." Well, that's the first I've ever heard Pete speak like that he won't have a drink.
That fucking Bundaberg rum, man, get into that shit. That'll fucking be wanting to spar on with everyone.
Well, I've never been a big Bundy drinker.
Oh, we used to buck out all this shit.
Oh yeah.
Your mate said, I could drink more than you. We had a contest one night so you could drink the most amount of fucking Bundaberg rum, man. I tell you, we drank it. I think we started about 5 or 6 o'clock, if I remember. Knocked off a 40 ouncer. That's the liter bottle, and a fucking 26 ounce by about 1 o'clock in the morning, man. We're fucking rotten because we're having a wake for a mate of ours, and bloody my mate had a big bottle of Scots, and the other ones in the cradle on the. We used to win them in raffles and stuff.
2.5 litre ones, yeah.
Yeah, we had one of them, and bloody Frank, he always wanted to bloody drink it because he drank Scots, and we didn't drink Scots, we just got into the Bundy. Anyway, after we fucking knocked off all that Bundy, everybody had a 10-ounce straight glass of Scots and sculled it. Fuck, man, that was me. I reckon I got alcohol poisoning. I was sick for 3 days. I never touched it again ever again. But we're right on it. Yeah, we used to just laugh and carry on. Some people get fucking mean on it.
I really never got into the Bundy. To me, it was too sweet. Bundy, I normally like the sweet, but I never got up, and I prefer having a whiskey, than a bourbon.
Yeah, no, some people get really mean on Bundy. I was all right on it. My man he used to get a bit mean on it. But some people just want to fucking fight when they get on it, but
I was never one of those. I was in Bangkok in my younger years, maybe, but I was never really a bloke. Like have a drink and want to go out and punch up some sort of innocent. Not here anyway. In Thailand was different. Go and belt a few Germans was good fun on a Saturday night. Belt a few crowds or a couple of Yanks. That didn't matter.
Fuck man, we used to get some fucking scraps. Stick you down the pub. There's a couple of old farts there used to be off all the time. Used to beat the fuck out of them. Beat the fuck out of them. Fight anyone back then. A bit too old for that shit now, but.
Oh God. We was I was coming back from Sydney recently, and every 20 minutes or something, you're in Sydney Airport. It's a public place, and you've got to wear masks, and it's compulsory to wear masks while you're on the plane in the airport. And there's this young bloke. In his early 20s, I guess, and he's just waltzing through. He's got a bag hanging off his shoulder or something, hanging over his shoulder, and just walking through with no mask. And I just sort of looked at him and thought, "Fuck me, what makes you fucking exempt, mate?"
Yeah, some people just.
I thought to myself, here I am sitting down, and I said, I've got my little boy next to me, my missus. So just keep your fucking mouth shut, Jono. It's none of what's it mean to fucking you? Just keep your fucking mouth shut. But I suppose if I was, younger, 30 years younger, I would have fucking said something. But I think that's I suppose the advantage of a, experience and you're not youthful, isn't it? You learn to bite your tongue a little bit more in your latter years, don't you?
So you just got to learn how to be sarcastic. Well, you've got to say something sometimes, but don't want to get into a script. We're standing in the queue at the bank in Suncorp Bank one day. He's standing in the queue. This old bastard in front of me just came out with a massive fart. I couldn't fucking believe it. Everyone just looking around like that. And he's just standing there, nothing happened, you know. I said, hey, mate, you finished with that or what? That fucking look he gave me, eh? Jesus. You know, you got to say, dirty cunt. Fucking hell.
Yeah, my missus was lying on the couch yesterday morning. She was snoozing away, and she let out a massive fucking fart. And she was asleep and let out this massive fucking fart. And I thought, what the fuck was that? She said, oh, you're dreaming. I said, give you, I'm dreaming. And I said, you're the one who's fucking dreaming. But that's the first someone's heard. That's the first time I've ever heard or seen her fart in 15 years since I've been married. She's making out, I was hearing things. I wasn't fucking hearing things, all right. I tell you what, she soon got up and left the fucking room real quick.
Oh, it's fucking funny, eh? Yeah, buddy.
Oh, yeah, we have a joke. We always have a joke.
Oh, man. That bloody, Jenny, the chick I go to sometimes, man, she gets into that kimchi and the pickled cabbage and all that sort of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking cruel. Unbelievable. She's putrid. Fucking hell. She drops the one out of the car. She drops one outside of the car, and then bloody, she tries to be polite about it, but, still a bit of residue in her pants, so she gets in the car and, oh, fuck, I'm straight out of the car. I said, God, if we ever get invaded by the Chinese or something, I'm going to use that as a biological weapon.
Oh, God. Yeah, what she had for dinner, it was breakfast she had it for. I think she had pad repart for breakfast. What I went taking the night before.
Yeah.
Not that
Funny.
I don't mind pad repart for breakfast myself, to be honest. I had a beef breakfast the other day. Yeah, before I spoke to you, Ray, I had some barramundi, some steamed barramundi, steamed cabbage, rice, and chili sauce to brekkie. Oh, I loved it. It was beautiful for breakfast.
Nice. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I usually have a pretty light brekkie, Oh, God, this bourbon's going down nice. I've got to get another.
I just, it was something she had cooked up, it was lying on the, she was going to have it for lunch or something. I said, oh, yeah. I said, I'll have that. And she just looked at me. She whacked it in the microwave or something, heated it up. It was only, 8:30 in the morning. I said, I'd never do that years ago. For at a time, I've never even considered having fish at 8 o'clock in the morning.
No.
But I'd rather eat all the Thais do, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Lately, it made like a meal. Like a bloody, like a fucking full-on bloody, for breakfast.
Chicken and rice, the brekkie or something like that.
Yeah.
We went out with Pete yesterday and went to the Chows and I bought a duck and some Chinese sausage. And anyway, I didn't feel like duck again today. I said to the missus, I'll make us some, some gang dang pat. Some duck with red curry. Oh, I woofed into that about lunchtime, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
I flew into it. Didn't feel like anything for dinner. Just had a little bit of cheese and an apple and a beer. That's all I had for dinner.
Yeah, right.
I'll go and make up for later, Ray, when I'm in with the little bloke. I'll eat half a block of chocolate and half a packet of biscuits and half a pint of milk or something, that'll settle me up for the night.
Never bloody been a big fan of duck. On a cruise ship once and I tried it. I don't know. Maybe they didn't cook it properly, but just didn't like it.
You like how the Chinese make it beautiful, don't they?
Yeah, Chinese do. Yeah, well, I watched a documentary on that one time, but like a family will just basically they cook them absolutely to perfection, and then every slice has to have an equal amount of skin, fat, and meat and flesh, Anyway, they might have a little shack they live in, and all the family will live in one room, and they'll turn the other room, probably put 3 or 4 tables in, and that'll be their restaurant. And they'll go out and they'll get they'll go out and buy a couple of bloody ducks, one day, each day sort of thing, and they'll serve those up sort of thing, and they don't waste anything. They even sell the bloody the frame, the bloody the frame, the bones. Somebody else comes along and buys that. So, pretty meagre existence, but anyway.
Well, I enjoyed it today. I was having duck with red curry, and the little boy, he's sitting on the other end of the table. He's just woofing into the fucking duck. He was woofing into it like it was going out of fashion. It's beautiful to watch. Beautiful. Nothing better than watching people eat food, I reckon. That's one of my great satisfactions in life, is buying food for people and watching them eat. It makes me so happy. Like when your family sits down at the table and they're eating good food and it's falling out of their head. It makes me feel good.
Yeah. Fucking Jenny, she get on bistro, man. She always just get in first, and she picks all the fucking good bits out first. She always gets the bits old, and they're all mine up. We don't want 7 boat cruises, and it's like that, eh? It's all fucking going up. I'll go that mine. Yeah, man.
Oh, God, you make me hungry. Speaking about duck and rabbit,
Yeah.
Don't mind a bit of bunny. I haven't had it in years. Don't see it that often nowadays, do you?
Yeah, I don't eat much fucking gourmet sort of food. I'm pretty bland bloody cook, I can barely eat my own cooking. It's fucking pretty, it's edible, I suppose.
Fucking, I don't cook. It's not my fucking job to cook. It's fucking what?
It's getting fucking. You go out for a feed here now, and it's getting fucking ridiculous. Shit.
Go and get a mixed salad with your meal nowadays. It's going to be more than your main meal. A mixed salad.
Yeah, well, I love salads, but I got, by the time I buy a bag of bloody just leaf, like bloody lettuce leaves or whatever, a leafy mix or whatever, Woolies, I straight fucking 2/3 of it out. I don't get to eat it all.
Yeah.
No.
You can't beat rabbit stew.
Yeah, I made a bloody.
Days of like walking in the pub and selling rabbits. Yeah. So they buy a couple of rabbits from the pub or something, or even the butcher. You get them from the butchers, a couple of rabbits.
Yeah, you get them around here. Yeah, I don't. It's actually probably better of eating rabbits because eat chicken. They reckon they just pump full of fucking hormones, growth hormones. They reckon they don't do what they fucking do. But, I don't like.
I think when they brought in the mixo, what was it that stuff?
Yeah, mixing potatoes.
That's when people sort of dropped off. Getting rabbit. When they brought in that myxomatosis or something. Or, they kill all the rabbits off.
Yeah, we some up here with the hares. We don't get many rabbits up. We only get hares. And bloody, you go out and shoot the fucking things, and you see the big bloody brown spot in the skin on you when you skin them. Yeah, fucking mix that right and shit ass. That's right, the fucking river feed the crabs. Actually, throw them in the crab pot.
Sorry, Ray.
Yeah, throw them in the crab pot and go and catch a mud crab. Eat that. It's easier. You catch them them days, a bit hard to catch them now.
I had some mud crab recently, and I think a couple of days after having the mud crab, I had some crayfish. And I thought to myself, the mud crab was actually more expensive than the cray, surprisingly enough. And to battle through the mud crab and the meat you got out of the mud crab, it was too much effort, compared to the crayfish.
Exactly. Yeah.
You'd just rather, get the crayfish, rip off the tail, and woof into the cray tail, because there's no tail on a mud crab, is there? It's only, the couple of big, the big claws on it's got any meat in, really.
Exactly. Mud crabs, you got to bust up the body, and it's just a fucking lot of effort. Sand crabs are worse. You only get about 1/3 of the meat out of a bloody sand crab than you do a mud crab. Then you got bugs. You get those Moreton Bay bugs up here. There's not a great deal of meat in those things. Yeah, there's not a great deal of meat in them things either. But,
Oh, I don't know. What man about said, there's nothing tastes, that beats the taste of a muddy though, sucker on. Oh,
yeah.
I still prefer. I think I've been woofing into a bit of mud crab and crayfish recently since the Chinese have stopped buying our crayfish. It used to be like a speciality. I have it a couple of times a year. Well, now you can go down to Woolies or Coles and you buy a crate for $20.
Yeah.
You buy 2 or 3 of them for the have one each for the family. Once a fortnight or something.
Yeah.
So I've been woofing into a bit of crayfish because it's cheap as shit. Like a small cray's cheaper than steak.
Yeah.
Cheaper than rump steak.
We used to go up the bloody dam and get the bloody freshwater bloody lobbies. The blue claws. Actually, the red claws are the native ones around here. When they let the bloody blue ones go, they killed off all the bloody reds. But you get
the marron.
Yeah, marron. You get them about 8 inches long. You get a bit of a bite out of them, But it wasn't hard. You go up there and you put a few of those little opera house pots in there, sort of thing, and it's put them in the right spots. It's not hard to get half a bucket full and bring them home and bloody. But I'm fucking allergic to them. If I eat them, I'll get really sick. Maybe I didn't clean them out properly, but it tasted like I was eating fucking mud. For about 3 days after, it tasted like shit.
You're spot on, man. About it's $20 now. Just shows how how those rippers off with $50 price for years. Yeah, $50 and the fucking rest.
Yeah.
We're charging $150 for a kilo.
Back in a minute, it's going to get some more bloody Pepsi.
Go for it, Ray. Go for it. Go for it. Yeah, well, yes, once again, Steve Morris, chili, Singapore chili crab's nice. Big dollars for little meat, that aside my asshole. I'm fire for days. Yeah. I reckon it's get a little crate, the supermarket for $20, just, whip the tail off and throw the fucking body away. It's not even worth, hunting through the body, if you get a couple of spoonfuls of meat off, Yeah, $50 to cook it out, $120 when you're out. Spot on, man abouts. It's a fucking joke. It's a joke. I'm pleased the Chinese aren't buying it anymore. But don't worry, they'll be buying it back soon. And we won't be able to get it here. It's like gas, isn't it? We can't. One of the greatest producers in the world of gas. In the world, yet it's in shortage in Australia because of the war in the Ukraine. What fucking bullshit that is. Really? Yeah, one of my weaknesses, Sol, is Jap food. I love me sushi. I'd eat sushi every day of the week if I could. I love it. I love sushi. Yes, man, about you're on again. You're spot on. I'll be buying it again soon. Yeah. Looks like they're starting to suck up with the Chinese again. That'll be good. They'll be buying it real soon. Yeah. Anyways, so may it be. Who's going to come on and talk to Ray? I'm going to split soon. I want to go and see the terrorist. Sit with me little boy. I'm going to go in and speak to you there, Ray?
Yeah.
I'm going to go and sit with the little bloke soon.
Yeah, no, probably in a short one, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I thought fucking was going to be full deck tonight.
This game mode's been quite a bit soy 6 potato. Yeah, I went to that fish market in Tokyo. It's amazing, isn't it? The price they get for tuna. Tens of thousands of dollars for one fish, right?
Oh, yeah, you see the bloody, those shows in America where they catch those real big bastards?
Yeah.
Fuck. I was watching a thing on YouTube where they get them. There's an art involved with cutting them, you know, and they make these special knives and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
I saw something on, I think it was SBS recently. I forget the name. It was, I think it was called, Japan's Shameful Industry or something. And it's some small little inlet gulf in southern Honshu, the major island in Japan. It's just like a small little bay inlet, and once a year, I think it's between October and November, at the time of year where all the dolphins and porpoises are moving through the area.
Yeah.
And they herd all these dolphin and porpoises, into this small little bay, and they kill them all. They kill all these dolphins and porpoises, and they kill them for food.
Research. Yeah.
Well, no, it's one of these sort of industries which sort of like it's kept in the shadows, and they sell the dolphin in supermarkets as sort of like and sort of marketed under whale meat or something like that, and they're even selling it in schools, in school lunches for Japanese kids, because they feed their kids lunch at school, and they had all the dolphin meat on the menu throughout Japan. But the problem is, for some reason, the amount of, I think it was lead in the dolphin meat was poisonous. Like it was lethal. It's very high quantities of mercury. That's right, of mercury in the dolphin meat. And it was poisonous. But they said it continues to this day. Where they go out and they herd all these dolphins and they kill them off, and I don't know, it doesn't turn me on too much.
Nah, they exactly. Well, they bloody they get their pilot whales and stuff up in Faroe Islands up in the North Sea, but because they got they've been doing it for like hundreds of years.
Oh yeah.
We've been keeping records of every bloody pilot whale they kill for the last 600 years, and it's just they can't. It's their main staple food up there. They can't really grow food because it's too windswept. Everything's imported, sort of thing, and they only take a certain amount, sort of thing. That's sustainable, sort of thing. But the Japanese, after time, they want to take everything. But they get out in the South Pole and they slaughter all those fucking big sperm whales and stuff. They're big whales down there, and they say that they're studying, doing it for research. Bullshit. They're doing it for food, doing it for bloody money.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, it's a good point. Big W just put about dolphin and koala sausages go well on the barbecue. Well, it makes you think. Well, like we eat kangaroo, don't we? Like I'll tell you what. One of my favourites, going to the supermarket and getting those kangaroo burgers. Whacking a few kangaroo burgers in the frying pan and cooking them up with some nice fresh, bread with, a little tomato sauce. They're lovely. The kangaroo burgers, love them.
Yeah, well, I haven't really eaten kangaroo. I just feed them my dogs. But like fireworks going off around here somewhere.
I reckon the Thais would love it. I always thought for years, make money out of Thailand. Start a kangaroo farm. The Thais would love it, I reckon. They'd love kangaroo meat. Like they'd eat every part of it. You'd use the skins. You'd make bags out of the skins and the hides, and you'd sell their paws as bottle openers, and you'd get their heads stuffed and put them on fucking, put them on mouths.
You can buy a kangaroo scrotum fucking coin piece on eBay anytime you like.
Kangaroo what?
Kangaroo scrotums. They make them in the coin purses.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But I reckon, I actually did a bit of research into it. of opening up a kangaroo, farm in Thailand. And I figured out, well, you couldn't just let the kangaroos run wild, because the Thais would be, coming in and knocking them off, So, but the fencing, I thought, I was going to put it on 200 rai of land, but the fencing was going to cost me over $1.5 million American dollars. The fence, like you'd have a fence to keep the kangaroos in, and then you'd have to build a fence twice as high and electrify it to keep the Thais out.
Yeah, right.
But it was over $1.5 million just to put a fence around the joint. So I sort of dropped off that idea. But I reckon the Thais would love it. You could have, Tom Yum Roo, gang pet Roo. The Thais would love it, I reckon.
I read something one time.
You open up a kangaroo farm. The Thais would love it. Can't charge them 20 baht admission. 20 baht by 70 million Thais. That's 140 million baht. How much was that? 140 by 40. Well, that's close on $1 million, isn't it?
Yes,
It's a wild kangaroos. Yeah.
Kangaroo
fucking campan or something else, wouldn't it? Just down from the River Kwai or something.
You see what they do to dogs when they get old and they fucking grab and they rip their guts out with their claws.
Yeah.
You be careful, they can be mean.
Oh yeah, go on. Oh, they're ripping dogs' guts out. They rip a human being's guts out as well too. You seen that video of that bloke? He's in the bush and his dog takes on this kangaroo or something, and the kangaroo knocks over the dog, and this bloke just walks in and gives this kangaroo a right fucking hook.
You're in the head.
It's a right in the fucking head. After his dog, good on him. Oh God. What time we got, Ray? I'll go another quarter of an hour. I'll get out of here at 9:30.
Yeah, no worries. I'll spit the TV or something. But koala petting. They're pretty mean too, little buck. They get a big buck koala. He don't want to be peeved. He don't want to be handled, man. You don't touch him.
Yeah, they piss all over you, don't they?
Oh no, they'll pull the fuck. They got big claws on them. My old boss, there's one hopping up the road one day and went to climb over the fence, and he thought it'd be a great idea to go and fucking, go and grab a hold of it and fucking put it in a cage and show it to the kids. Anyway, fucking, he got hold of the fucking thing and turned around and got hold of him. Fucking tore the shit out of him. Hang on, here's Oz.
Yeah, there you go.
You put a banner up at all? Oh, he knows banner.
No,
he knows him. There you go. There you go, mate.
Hey, g'day, Mr. Suckhorn. If you want to spend time with Jack before he goes to sleep, go for it, mate. I'll look after Ray. I'll look after Ray and make sure he stops swearing at random people on the internet.
No, sure, mate. I've got a lot of time for Ray.
Ray,
he
goes off his nut. He's out of control. Give him a Saturday night, and Ray's out of control, mate. He swears at random people and fucking causes a bunch of shit here, and then I have to go in and then sort out his shit for the rest of the week and fucking make amends with fucking strangers that we don't know and we don't care about.
Ray's one of nature's gentlemen for mine.
He's a
lot of time for Ray.
He's a
lot of time indeed for Ray. We have a chat or two during the week occasionally, don't we, mate?
Yeah. Fucking hell.
I've been a bit rough with Ray over the years, and he's always been a gentle giant with me. So I've got a lot of time for that.
He'll fucking knock you out if you push him too much, mate.
I reckon he'll fucking will. And you got to respect that.
Big boy. He's a big boy. He wouldn't want to fuck.
And if he does, Mr. Suckhorn, if he does, and life history has taught me, if he does, you fucking deserved it.
Well, that's right. I'd say so. He's one of nature's gentlemen of mine, right? Got a lot of time for him.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a bit busy work this week.
But getting back to
Glad
the
that
price of like exotic seafood, and it shouldn't be exotic to us. We fucking grow the shit, you know. And yet the Chinese, well, our own markets have been ripping us off for fucking years.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Mm.
And yet we live here. It's our harvest. And,
Yeah.
you know, they get the best. They give us bits of shit and we have to pay extra for the bits of shit. $50 extra. Like, fuck off, man, for years. Thank you, COVID. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's the best thing about COVID. That's the best thing about COVID. We get true crayfish now.
Yep. And it's made us travel. It's made us travel within our own, hasn't it? You know? You've gotten out and got to see fucking shit that you wouldn't have seen in our own backyard.
I had to go up to Sydney recently, Oz, and to renew my wife's passport because they don't have, as you're most probably aware, they don't have the embassy here in Melbourne anymore.
Yeah, you've got to go.
Got to go up to Sydney or Canberra.
Yeah, Canberra. The Philippines go to Canberra and the Thais go to Sydney.
Yeah, well, yeah, that'd be right. Anyways, up to Sydney. Well, we stayed in Thai Town up there. Well, my missus, she was wrapped being in Thai Town. And everywhere you go, she's speaking to Thai people and Thai restaurants all over the joint, and Thai takeaway, and Thai food, grocery shops, and all with little takeaway things outside on the store. She was like a pig in shit. She loved it. She actually said, "There's no need to go to Bangkok anymore. She'll just come up to Sydney."
Well,
just go to Sydney.
she just gave you a hint on how to save thousands later. Every time she craves it, just go to Sydney for a day.
Well, we'll go to Sydney for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, cost you fucking next to nothing compared to a trip to Thailand with all the gifts and shit that you have to bring over.
Oh, yeah. Well, a lot of shit going on in Sydney in any one day too.
You go up from 3 or 4 days,
Sydney actually, I remember the days back when they used to have mystery flights and you'd end up in Sydney because it was, cheaper for them. Yeah. And you'd just be a seat filler. But spending a day in Sydney Harbour used to be awesome. You get on one of those ferries, not the ferry, but those barbecue boats. Mm-hmm. They have the barbecue on the arse end and you just do a tour of the harbour. It's fucking excellent. It's a great day.
Yeah.
On a nice day.
Yeah, not bad. I went out one of those bloody those cruise fucking things around the harbour. You get to see it there.
I like Sydney, but I could never live there. Never, ever.
Big fucking place,
It's just showing around.
I've never been a rat for Sydney all my life. I've been up there several times. I've never been a rat for the place, but after the last trip, going up there, with the missus and the little boy and how they enjoyed themselves, and I had a great time myself. I'm more than interested in going up again. In the very near future. Possibly before I go back to Thailand again. Just go up for 3 or 4 days. Yeah.
Well, look, we're in the middle of winter in Melbourne, right? It's the end of fucking June. Coming up now in the next couple of months is the best time to be in Sydney because they haven't got the humidity. You get some nice days, the sun comes through. It's a nice time to be there, I reckon. Same as the Gold Coast, parts of the Gold Coast in Queensland.
Yeah,
in a couple of months is the best time to be there.
I was actually lucky when I went up. I caught up with Tim TMW when I went up there, which was a lovely day out. With Tim, and he actually said to me, he said, "Oh, you're lucky." He said, "You're bringing the good weather with you." And Tim said, "Oh, it'd been raining for the last 2 weeks, and I was there for 3 or 4 days." It was beautiful, sunny, warm days when we're there. Up in the sort of early 20s, and no rain. And it was just on the last day, it just started to rain a little bit, but we're only there in the morning. We're on the plane by midday, so coming back to Melbourne. So we were very lucky.
And if I remember right, you were there during our Arctic blast.
Yeah. So, it was scored well.
It was fucking shocking. I've been cold, but fucking hell, that was cold. That Arctic blast really blew us away, mate. It was the wind chill factor, you see.
They reckon it's the coldest winter on record in Melbourne this year.
I'd believe
Yeah.
it. I'd believe it. It
It'd
was
be nice
bitey.
and cold up the mountain, mate.
Oh, mate, it was
Mm.
bitey. It was bitey. Like just before fucking sunset, actually. Shit on the grass would be white. You know?
Well, we're virtually in a straight line to Melbourne, you and me, but you're about what, maybe as the crow flies, you'd be about 4 or 5 kilometres, you know, up from where I live.
Yeah, I worked it
out.
out. I worked it out because I know where you are, right?
Yeah.
Thanks to the doxers. I'm at an elevation of 800 and something, but I am 600 and something above you.
6 what feet?
Meters.
Yeah, but that's in height.
Yeah, because you go up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And then I go way further than you. So in elevation, I'm at 800 and something. You're at, I think, 150 from memory.
Yeah,
120.
156 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
In elevation, yeah, it gets certainly
Yeah.
colder.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, but sometimes, you know, when you come up here to Emerald or up here to Monbulk or wherever you are up here, and you think you're in mist, it's a cloud.
It's the clouds. That's right. It's not mist, all right. It's the cloud. But we're virtually in a straight line as far as crows are, you know, as far as the crows fly, you know, drew a straight line to Melbourne. You know, we'd be virtually in a straight line, but you know what, 5 kilometres away, I suppose?
Mate, I'm 15 minutes from you.
Yeah, well, that's, right.
15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And only because the windy road, it takes longer. If it was a straight run, it'd be 5 minutes.
You take the back road through the basin, don't you?
No, to your joint, no, I go through Belgrave.
You
I'd go past Paradise. I'd go past the Paradise Hotel, hit Belgrave, and then come down the mountain off Belgrave and hit you.
Yeah, no worries. But if you go through the basin, you go up the back way through there, up the mountain.
Yeah, but then you got more windy road.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know, the basin you go as a tourist.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
On a nice day, like, you know. You don't want that road in the middle of fucking night, believe me.
Well, not in the middle of the night.
Fucking wombat will take you out.
Yeah, not in the middle of the night. In the middle of the day, it's tough enough.
Yeah, fucking wombat will take you out, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Or if not, a deer.
Yeah, there's only dirt roads anyway.
And don't forget, when you hit a deer, you're hitting its legs, so he ends up in the fucking front seat with you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, like a fucking kangaroo.
Plenty of deer up there.
Oh, mate, I had three babies the other day. I couldn't find the mama. You know, I'm thinking, well, one can't have 3, so there's several mamas in the bush here somewhere, but I couldn't find them. And there was 3 like yearlings, just fucking happily grazing, roaming around like teenagers. I thought, where's your mama? I'm going to find your mama. No, couldn't find her. Couldn't find them. And mind you, bit of a risk because the buck will be around, you know.
Yeah,
it's his kids. So.
Yeah, I don't mind a bit of Bambi now and again.
Yeah,
a bit lean.
I stick to the backstrap still, and I leave the rest to cordon bleu French chefs that think they're fucking something. Yeah. But I think it's overrated, really, dear.
I used to get a bit of Bambi from, I think Coles used to sell it at one stage.
They still do. They all still sell it.
Yeah. You don't mind a little bit of Bambi.
We got farms up here now. They actually farm.
Yes, indeed. Making a fortune.
And late, Mr. Suckerhorn, I have been meaning to mention to you, I don't know if I have, but why are Thai restaurants and massage shops opening up where I am?
They're every suburb.
What the fuck? We've got a new one. We've got a new one that just opened.
Every suburb got 3 Thai massage shops, you know. Every suburb, like going
just
to
because we can't travel there, they're opening shop here, but it's $100 a click.
The joke. Like going to the gully, there's about 20 Thai massage,
I can't get over it.
In the gully.
It's $100 a pop, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, yeah, let's just open all the Thai massages in Australia. Which is
last time I put back out about the sort of Thai massage fucking thing not far from where I am. It cost me $60. So it fucking worked pretty good.
Ray, you got to do what I do. I just say, listen, don't try and contort me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put your fingers and hands all over me. Don't try and contort me. And they get the message then that you just want a gentle fucking touchy massage, you know, not this fucking a proper Thai massage, mate. They contort the fuck out of you.
I know, I've been there.
You put your feet out, you know, wrap your feet around your ears or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they think they've done you a favour. You're walking out of the joint fucking sideways.
Yeah. Oh, I got a mate. He reckons he got a fucking Thai massage over in Pattaya. And he says, Jesus, they were fucking strong. He says, they've not fucking tied me up, but they're not. He says, you probably got a couple of ladyboys. No,
they bring your leg up and then they bring your arm down and match it and they do this and they stand on the wrong part and you think, just listen, I'm just here for you to just rub this tension bit here that I've got and rub this other tension bit and don't contort me.
Yeah.
And when they get this, they're quite happy because then they don't have to work as hard.
Oh,
you ever move in a house or something? Get your Thai wife to conscript her mates to come and give you a hand moving house. You know, you move house and you've got one of those little trolleys and you put you put the washing machine on the trolley and the wardrobe and the fridge, not the fucking toys. Like they just they'll just grab the fridge and one of Sheila will grab one end and the other one will grab the other end. They just carry it out. Don't worry about using the trolley. They'll just lift up the fucking fridge between the two of them. Like they're unreal.
But they'll end up making you look silly.
Oh yeah.
They're strong. The toy Sheilas. Get a group of them together if you're going to move house. It's grass.
But you got to understand. You got to understand. It's a mission, and they need mission success. That's how Thais go about their daily life. Like that's a mission to them. Moving house is a mission. They need it done now, pronto.
Yeah.
So don't muck around with trolleys and shit. And,
no,
if everything's in box. They'll just.
It takes too long.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're on a mission. Get the shit out of the house. If you're moving house, get the shit out of the house.
I couldn't believe it. It's used trolley. No, we'll just carry the fridge out. Okay, no worries.
And people forget, you see, Thailand itself is a warrior nation.
Go and pick on a fucking Thai Sheila. See how well you go.
They're all warriors.
My missus is very placid, like she didn't really raise her voice or lose her temper, but sometimes she fires up in the car. When you drive along and, someone, might cut me off on the road or something. Well, she'll want to fire up and, she's winding down the window and screaming out and abusing people and, putting her fist up. She wants to, jump out and, take them on and just sit down and scream at her, stay in the car door. She really fires up, the little boy saying, oh, mummy, calm down. And, but, Christ, she just, just suddenly gets really, talk about road rage.
Because but you're forgetting Mr. Suckhorn. She's half Aussie now.
Yeah, you need to give her a
she was like this before she even got there. Talk about road rage. Anyway.
There you go, Banksy. Yeah, you need to give her that punching bag, mate. Hang on, man, I've got to get another fucking Pepsi.
I can't see Banksy. Oh, now I can.
G'day, Banksy. What's the time? It's just on 11 o'clock in UK, isn't it? 30.
I don't know UK time.
10:30 or 11:30. 10:30, I think it is.
Is that their AM? Is it? Is that morning?
Yeah.
Banksy having a coffee.
Yeah. Oh, he'd have the day off. I think it's the weekend, isn't it? Saturday for him now.
Yeah, he'd be having a coffee.
12:30. There we are.
12:30 over there. Oh, they're about 3 hours ahead of us, aren't they? For 2 hours or something.
Yeah, forgetting about daylight saving. Anyway, gents, I'm going to split out of you. I'm going to spend a bit of time at the terrace Saturday night. That's our night.
Good on you. Good on you. That's why I thought I'd join Ray if you're going to leave.
Yeah.
It'd be for the lad. So.
Yeah. You'll hang around for a while. No, where everybody is, I thought we were going to have a full deck tonight, but everyone said I think.
Oh, you will. Give them time.
Yeah, be right.
Very good. Okay, then, guys, I'll leave you all to it.
Mr.
And,
no
Sutton.
worries.
And thanks for joining us, gentlemen. And I'll catch you all soon.
Yeah,
Always a
right.
pleasure, sir. Always
Take
a
care,
pleasure.
Ray.
Yeah,
Take care,
mate, see you
man.
later.
Thanks for covering us, mate.
Yeah, catch you tomorrow.
Will
Good on
do.
you,
Take care.
Yeah, mate.
Good on you, Mr. Suckle.
Ugh.
He's grouse in here.
Yeah, he's a good bloke, John. I talk to him a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, you
You
got a
can
lot
talk
of
about
knowledge, hey?
you can talk about anything, anything.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, fucking A's.
And if he doesn't know, he won't pretend.
No, not a fake.
He'll leave it up to you. He'll think, oh, all right, how does that go? Like he'll ask you.
Yeah.
Whereas some other people think, oh, they're fucking experts on everything.
Yeah.
If he's not, he'll tell you.
Yeah.
Don't know much about that. Fucking fill me in. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. No, I don't mind down Victoria. It's fucking not too bad. I wouldn't want bloody, what's that gold fucking up the show down there? Still get a bit of gold down there.
Oh, yeah, gold. Yeah, it's all through the creeks, Ray, because no one does them anymore.
No, we're getting
after the old timers passed on, no one goes into the creeks, and it's filling up. Like I was trying to talk to Charlie about 6-8 weeks ago, and I said, Charlie, fucking, I got $300 out, and the fucking chat went insane because then I noticed, oh, they're all English. They don't have gold in their rivers and creeks.
No, you get it here. No, well, at least you go down there and fucking, I know, when I used to breed fucking bullies, I used to go down there, backwards and forwards a bit, with some of my bitches, getting me and putting them over dogs down there. Anyway, one family down there, they had a really nice dog anyway. I was talking to them, and they went out, wasn't long after they brought out those metal detectors went down about 5-6 feet. They spent 15 grand and
the big whiz bang things,
Yeah, they went out to, I forget exactly where it was, but they went out and they had it paid for in 3 weeks, just fucking around on weekends.
Yeah, because they were going over the old ground of what the first metal detectors went over, and they were finding stuff that none of them could find.
Exactly.
And I mean, when you pull out a nugget that's $500-600, you fucking gonna know about it.
Oh, exactly. Well, I went down to Clunes. There's a guy I used to use a couple of his dogs. He's got a big breeding kennel in Clunes. Anyway, and he's got about 100 dogs there. But anyway, you can look over his fence and out. There's a creek out the back, and there's a bit of a hill on the other side, and you can see all these shafts in there. Anyways, at the time, I had a bit of an interest. I was reading up a little bit about it, Anyway, I knew they got a lot of gold around Clunes. Anyway, I said, they get much gold out of there. He says, oh, yeah, they're still going. He says, those mullikeeps over there. He says, people come around with metal detectors, and this is back probably about 95.
Yeah.
And they're going, there was somebody's out there the other week and pulled up a couple of nuggets just with the bloody, with metal detectors. And I said, oh, yeah, that's interesting. But anyway,
but say, oh, sorry to interrupting you. Go on.
Yeah.
Say you got a missus and you're just doing a fucking light trip.
Yeah.
You could be doing the hard work of, say, prospecting proper, and she'll just fossick through the top and find all sorts of, garnets and sapphires and everything else. It's not just the gold. There's a whole bunch of other shit.
Plenty of other shit, exactly.
Rubies too.
I've seen people bloody go over the old homes, the old houses, the old abandoned ones, the old stone ones down there, or old bloody shacks and stuff, and they go over the walls with metal detectors and they find
Chinese coins.
Shit. Yeah, well, you're hitting in the fucking walls,
Have you seen the Chinese coins that they pull out?
The ones with the square hole in the middle.
Yeah, because they used to use them for in their gambling dens.
Yeah, saw them.
So now they're becoming collector's item, those old Chinese coins.
Yeah, well, up here, north of Brisbane, the main place they did a lot of digging up here was in Gympie. They had a bit of a rush up there. But anyway, they didn't let the Chinese in there because their excuse was because the Chinese didn't shore up their shafts and they wouldn't go in if the fucking might collapse and get them dead because they're scared of the spirits, But so they said, you can't dig here. So they went up to a place called Jimna. It's up near Kilcoy. And a lot of the Chinese were digging up there. And my old man, he grew up in Kilcoy. That was probably 15 miles away. Anyway, he used to get cut timber all the way through there. Anyway, he says, they just sunk shafts everywhere up there. He says, it wasn't hard to fall down a fucking shaft there. He says, but there's quite a bit of gold still up there. I know a guy that went up there and in a creek called Sunday Creek with a dredge, and he got in there and he fucking pulled 5 ounces of gold in 6 hours out of there.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, you can. There's also places just up north of Cairns, not fucking Port Douglas, not as close to Port Douglas, but just after Cairns, before Port Douglas.
Yeah, plenty places.
There's blokes pulling out some fucking awesome amounts of gold.
Well, the fucking Palmer Goldfields up there is pretty remote up there, but they're still getting gold up there.
Yeah, they have to be willing to put the time and effort in because you got no aircon, right? Canned food, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's rough going, but it pays off.
Yeah, well, they worked out. Never I believe there's a place called Mount Nebo. Anyway, they've got these fucking gold mines there, gold boulder mines they call them, but that was in fucking like ironstone, you know, and they were digging there during the Depression years, and they had to cut fucking all the rock they got out of there up in Gympie to get it crushed, and that was like 100 miles away on a fucking buggy on a dray, you know, during the Depression years. Anyway, they got fucking pennyweights of the ton out of there, but those old shafts have just been cleaned up a little bit and just sort of turned into like a bushwalk. You know, they got the shafts are only like 3 foot square, and they could just get down inside them, sort of thing. They worked hard for that fucking money back then, that's for sure.
And you'll find that crushed rock ended up making the road.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, they reckon a guy.
It had a byproduct to it. It wasn't just extract the gold out. They crushed the rock and then use it as road base too. So
apparently, some guy in Bendigo fucking took out a lease on all the fucking. A lot of the roads in Bendigo were made from bloody tailings out of mines.
That's
anyway,
right.
He started digging up. He started digging up footpaths and that, and they were fucking blowing up. So they had to stop him, eh? He was getting a bunch of gold out of it.
Yeah, because in each rock, if you get a gram out of each rock, have a look at it.
Yeah. This old girlfriend of mine, she moved down there and she was living in Fries. She bought a place down in Fries Town. I think it was just near Castlemaine. Anyway, there were people out there every weekend going through the creeks and stuff, and metal detectors and all that sort of stuff. There's still plenty of gold out there if you want to go looking, but you've got to put in the effort now, you know. But
yeah,
you see some of these shows on TV, they spend a lot of money to get that stuff, you know, a lot of machinery to dig them out. You know.
And the TV show itself sort of promotes them to keep going. And like,
of course. Well,
it's a little bit of a wank.
Anyway.
Yeah,
it's all fucking But yeah, just the weekend. But up here, the laws up here are a lot different. There's only a few places you can go and bloody fossick up around here. You know, like if you want to go metal detector and stuff like that. Years ago, I looked into it, and you know, like they were pretty strict back then, and you couldn't even go down a creek bank and pick up a rock back then and legally take it home. You know, it didn't even have to be, you know, but it was just fucking crazy, you know. But now it's a little bit different, you know. But you know, they never got the amount of gold. Apart from Gympie, they and Palmer Goldfields up north, around Brisbane and stuff, they didn't get a huge amount of gold. There's a place, probably about 20 minutes away from here, a place called Albany Creek. Anyway, somebody found a gold nugget in the cemetery. Anyway, they thought, shit, there must be gold around here, so they took a fucking claim out on the hill, on the other side of the hill, you know, where the cemetery was, and they turned the whole fucking mountain over. They never found another fucking grain.
No, it'd be some old troll. He planted it there.
Yeah, probably.
That's the ultimate troll, isn't it? 200 years later, people are digging up a fucking hill because he put a fucking plant in.
There's a hill there called Eaton's Hill. There's a few shelves in there too, you know. But
don't you worry. Those old timers had a sense of humour.
Of course they did. Fucking! You're talking about that, mate. My old man, he had one of his mates. He always carried a nugget around his pocket. He found out west somewhere, you know. Anyway, he was sitting there one day at the pub and he's playing with it, and his fucking mate spotted this other dude. You know, spotted it. Anyway, he's going, fuck, where'd you find that nugget? He said, I found it down the fucking river down there, you know, because where he was dozing, you know, you have a dozer. And he says, I was fucking around down there. He says, working. He says, I just sort of picked it up there. He says, oh, really? He says, whereabouts? He told him anyway. He went down there about 3 days later and he had machinery and they're digging the whole fucking place up looking for gold, eh? He's ain't bullshitting.
Yep. That's trolling old school style.
Fuck, I laughed. Yeah, you know, I suppose, you know, but some of those big nuggets, you know, they can really set you up, but, you know, you got to, you know.
Yeah, but, you know, a lot of people fail to realize, Ray, the value is in the nugget itself. Once you melt it, it's gone. If you keep the nugget as a nugget, there's the value. We all understand weight gold, but the nugget gold is actually you can almost double the price of it. just by
That's
it being
it.
a unique nugget or having
Yeah.
a particular shape or something.
Yeah. Well, they might only get a few grains of gold out of half a ton of fucking dirt, but up in Gippy, they fucking got onto a vein down in one of the mines there anyway. It was pure white vein of gold going through it. Now, was it really, I think it was like 30 or 40% pure gold, like good gold in the pure white quartz, and it was more expensive, it was more valuable to get it out in, say, 300 mil squares and sell it on the bloody, so they can veneer it and sell it like that. It was worth a lot more money.
Yeah. Yep. And I do believe, don't quote me, I'm probably wrong, but in that vein, there'd be like the in the foreground and the background, there'll be opal as well.
Yeah, probably. Well, they didn't get so much opal around this area, up around Gippy. They could have got a little bit, but they get, they do get opal in Queensland. But some of those opals are fucking beautiful. Some of those ones you see down Opal and that just over the border and that they get some nice ones out there.
And each one is unique to itself. It's like
well, when they get a fucking like bones and that have been opalized, they're fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
So they get those pineapple opals. I never knew they had them, and if they can get them out in one piece, they're very valuable.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. And each one is like as I said, it's like a thumbprint. Like each one is unique.
Exactly. I sort of right into that sort of stuff.
Hence the high prices, I suppose.
Yeah.
I could never. Could you see yourself buying an opal bit of jewelry? I couldn't.
Not a hope. I reckon opal's unlucky, but
Yeah, I couldn't have opal jewelry.
No, I don't really have much fucking.
I'd be giving it away.
Yeah. I don't have much fucking, it doesn't really interest me having sort of shows of wealth, if you know what I mean.
No,
like I wouldn't have a fucking, the big Rolex watch is worth fucking $20,000 or anything like that. It doesn't interest me.
Yeah, I'd rather $30 Timex, and $30 Timex doesn't exist. I think they're about $50-$60 now. I don't give a
fuck. Probably. That'd be a lot of boat cruises and fucking trips to Thailand to me. You know what I mean? And a lot of good eating and a lot of good horses.
Well, I have a habit of just dipping myself into the water, and whatever watch I'm wearing, it's dead if it's not fucking waterproof, So I ain't going to spend thousands of dollars on a fucking watch.
Nah, we've got a clock on my phone. I've always got my phone. That's close enough for me.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Some people are into that sort of shit. I've got old cars and stuff like that. I suppose to me they're valuable. But
yeah, but we don't look at that as value thing. We just do that because we like to do that. But
yeah.
These people that wear excessive amounts of jewelry, they're trying to show off some sort of wealth, and I just look at it and think, why?
Yeah, it's fair enough. Some people are into it. Yeah, look, I've got mates that wear gold all the fucking time. And fuck, what do you fucking got a vagina or something, But that's their fucking thing. It doesn't really,
I don't even comment on it. That's their thing, as you said.
It's their things. They say to me, but yeah, fucking cars worth $100,000 fucking dollars for us. It wasn't worth $100,000 when I bought the fucking thing. I bought it for an investment. I was just lucky, shit like that sort of thing, I suppose, But anyway.
Yeah. Most of I didn't even know they were investments when I was doing them. So.
Yeah, well, I bought a fucking old 64 Chevy, fucking they paid about $12.5 for it. I give it to a bloke.
Because you enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, I'm still fucking rooting around with it. I'll sell it eventually,
Yeah, but you didn't buy it thinking, in 15 years I'll sell this for $100,000.
No,
because you were enjoying it.
No, well, I was going to sell it, but I thought if I make a few grand out of it, I'll be happy. But the amount of money they're going for these days, like shit, it's getting serious. But I bought a little fucking Millard caravan, little 10-foot caravan lately, only because this guy was giving it away, and I thought, fuck, how can I not buy it? I paid $2,000 for it. Little fucking 10-foot fucking Millard caravan, an old one. It's in perfect condition.
Does things pop out, like the roof and the bedrooms pop out?
No, it's not a pop-up or anything like that. It's just one of the old ones,
But,
yeah, it's a good little caravan. I'll sell it again. I'm just fucking around with it at the moment. I'm just tinkering with it. I'll sell it.
You might have to. You looked under the chassis, I take it.
Yeah, I'll put a bit of paint on the drawbar and shit just to make it look fresher. And it's perfect for the people in the car. Fucking.
The good thing with the old Millards is everything's galled underneath.
Yeah, the good old caravan. Yeah. I'll change it around a little bit here and there.
It saved a lot of them from. It saved a lot of them from that saltwater spray that they used to get off in New South and shit. You don't get so much of it in Vic, but
Yeah.
those Millards have the proper fucking galvanized underbody.
Yeah, well, they'll fucking go on board. He's an old federal fucking politician. He was in the Democrats, but anyway, he fucking told me some stories. But he's fucking, reversed into a couple of things, and the back bumper's a bit fucked up. I'll just make a new one and walk it on. Make it look a bit tidier, and I'll sell it soon. I'll double my money easily, sort of thing. So, but anyway, I'm only just sort of. Look, I didn't want to. He wanted $2.5 grand for it, and he said, "If you wanted, you could have it for $2." So I said, "Fuck!" I checked up to see what they're worth, and he ran up to $6. So I put $5 on it and haggle a little bit, and I'll sell it.
There you go.
Got a home for it. Just a matter of putting it in a good home,
Ray, I'm just wondering. Both you and I have got a pretty thick Aussie accent. Do we have any in chat? Do we have any overseas viewers that can't understand us? Or you want us to slow down? Or
not too many out there, I don't think.
I think it's just our boys, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think
you don't know these days. There's new people coming in, Americans, Canadians,
Yeah.
Ray, I'm going to the fridge. I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, right, yeah. Vaccine mandates. Yeah, Rick, fuck that. I'm sick of it, eh? I've had my shots. I've had a booster. I'm not going to get another one. They can get fucked. All the people around me have had this COVID thing, but I'm not saying I'm not going to get it, but, I sort of take every caution, but I don't give a fuck anyway. Which, I was fucking, the last one knocked me a fucking beauty. I don't want another any more of that shit in me. Yeah. You get some nice apples there, Ben. Fucking, some of those shows on TV, they get some really good ones. But, it's a big, to get them, it's a big outlay. You got to buy machinery, you got to dig down. I think, fuck that. I've been down in the mine shaft. I didn't really care too much for it. It'd be buggered if I do it out there, but I've got a friend that when she was growing up, she used to go around the bloody noodling in the fucking mullikeeps. And when her old man, he used to travel around a lot of the mining areas. And she had a big bag full of bloody apples. She moved out home and her brothers went through them and fucking picked all the good ones. Fucking put them had them in their fish tanks, the pricks.
Were you answering V's and Brews? I've seen them in fish tanks too. Were you answering V's and Brews? Asian women love opals.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Fucking funny, when I'm over there, I've had a couple of them come up and rub my guts. They must think Buddha's fucking lucky or something. They rubbed down about another foot lower.
Watching V's and Brews walk around Phnom Penh, Cambodia, I think he forgets that they're looking at him as a god,
Yeah, well, big fellas would like that,
He's a big boy and they love it.
Yeah.
He's got to sometimes behave like a god.
Yeah.
To keep that image up with the locals. You can't just I don't know, very hard for me to explain this, but they do look up to him. And if you look at when he stops to buy something or when he stops to talk to people, they're looking at him like, oh my God, there is a God in front of me.
I've watched a few of them this week. I've watched too many. I've just been that fucking busy. I've been working flat out.
He's doing all right. He's doing good.
10 days. Yeah, that's
He's doing good.
Getting out and about and having a look.
I watched one today. It was rather interesting. The wall around the temple was fucking beautiful. It was like ornate. Like I don't think they hand carved it. I think they did it in cement, but it's a beautiful, like as far as a wall goes, that's a beautiful wall, isn't it? Yeah. And then it leads on to the opening of the temple with the lion sitting there.
Yeah, that's what I like about Asia. You can live over there and you can spend your life traveling, all over Asia, like all different countries. You just keep you busy.
Well, it's unique to us. It's always something new to see, isn't it?
Yeah. I watch that now in Laos a lot. Even in Cambodia, even in Laos, there's a lot to see there. He does a lot of traveling to see it, but
Oh, he rocks it. He rocks it.
Yeah, I like him. He's good.
He's very easy to watch and listen to. He doesn't annoy you at all.
No. I like that one where he went to the communist caves and he was interacting with that old lady. You know, I thought it was really fucking. I really enjoyed it actually. He's got a good personality. He mixes in well with the people.
Mm. Yeah. A couple of years ago, I said, "Can I flirt with your mum?" When he come on, I think he come here.
Yeah.
I said, "Can I flirt with your mum?" He said, "How about us? You already do, you fucker."
Yeah. No, he's all right. He's a dry. He's got a fucking. He's a real character, that dude. I love watching him. I think he's fucking great.
Yeah, he's grouse.
I've never really commented on any of his vlogs, but I just love watching him. I never miss them. I just think they're fucking awesome. But some of the shit they blew the fuck out of. They blew the hell out of bloody Laos. You know, with that bloody secret war. You know, with the CIA. You know.
Oh yeah, they nearly
Well,
leveled the fucking joint.
The fucking Frenchmen in there slaughtered a lot of them as well too. You know, it's fucking terrible.
You
what
can-
happened to a lot of those.
You can
fucking-
understand why a lot of them are still dirty. You know. Like,
Oh yeah. Did you see that one where he was at I think he was at a cattle market one time, and some old bloke was sitting there snarling at him, you know, and he walked up and said, "Oh, you got a problem? You know, you okay?" And he says, "You American?" He goes, "No, I'm Australian." And then he lightened up and he said, all smiles. He
yeah.
didn't like the Americans because of what they
In
did.
the
you
early
know.
days, I seen a few old blokes snarl at him, and he
Yeah.
used to ignore it. I think now he
Yeah.
just confronts them and lets them know he's not American
Yeah, exactly. You know,
because he
But
lives
he
there. Now,
does.
so.
but he does well over there. You know, he does the country proud. I reckon he shows it well.
Yeah, but he built up to that. Don't forget, he was working
Yeah.
here 6 months
Yeah.
and then living there,
Yeah,
and he built that business.
yeah.
You know, so good on him.
Yeah,
He
he's
played
back
it
here.
smart. He played
He's
it
back
smart.
here.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, but even as he's building the business, he was back here working to make
Yeah.
sure that the business had enough money to keep going. You know,
Mm.
which a lot of blokes don't do. They stay there thinking, "Oh, I'll just build a business while I'm here." No,
Yeah.
you need the
No.
fucking Australian dollar backing you when
exactly.
you're starting something like that.
Yeah. No, what are you doing? Well, I look at when they go up the country and they take all those care packages with them, you know, and help those little kids up to the school and all that sort of stuff. It's good to see that sort of stuff. Sort of sharing the wealth, I suppose. People give money for it, helps them out. It's good.
I haven't seen many. Well, not that I watch many now, but there's not much really going on in Thailand lately, is there?
No, not a huge amount. Not since all this COVID fucking rubbish.
Well,
But,
that's ending, so I might pay a visit soon.
Yeah,
But I'll do it.
probably.
I've got to go somewhere else, Ray, and then on my way back, I'll go through
Yeah.
Thailand, and then on my way back to Australia, I'll stop in
Yeah.
Thailand. But I've got to go
Yeah,
somewhere else first.
I want to get over there. I'll hopefully over there after Christmas. I'll see what happens. I've got a few issues I've got to get sorted.
Now that they've
before I
dropped
go
their
anywhere.
fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not going to go over there and walk around with a mask on. I can't walk around here with a mask on.
It's not the
I can't
mask that
breathe.
shit me. It was just the system of the
Oh.
airports and then the hotels and this and that. I thought,
No,
nah,
yeah.
sort your shit out. I'll
Yeah,
wait.
Exactly. Tight
No, I'll wait 'em
passes and
out.
Shit. Yeah.
And
Fuck
even
that.
now, what I'll do, I'll go to where I was going to go, and then on my way back to Australia, I'll stop in Thailand for a week or so.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, fucking, yeah. Exactly. You know, I don't even know where I want to go when I get there. I'll usually just get to Bangkok and I'll work it out from there. You know, I want to go up north. I've got a few people. I've got a few mates that live there. You know, they want me to go. So I get home, hang around there
Best-
for a while. They'll take me around a few places.
The best remedy, Ray, is give yourself 3 days in Bangers.
Yeah.
That way you acclimatise. You can stay in your hotel for a day, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck you want to do. Put your
Yeah,
feet up,
yeah.
have a swim, whatever.
Yeah.
Visit, the regular spots, whatever you're going to do, or take
Yeah.
a girl and go to a nice fucking rooftop bar,
Yeah. Something like that.
and then
Yeah.
from there, like, because your mind is clear and you're
Yeah.
in country, then you can plan it, or half plan out where you want to go next.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a mate up at Kennison. He wants me to go up there and say good day, like I grew up with. He's
People
married
put
to-
themselves under too much pressure to fucking do as much as they can in a few
Yeah.
days. And I just think, dude, sometimes sitting in your hotel is the best fucking thing you can do.
Yeah, well, I go pretty hard for a couple of days, then I sort of have a rest day, sort of half of a rest day or whatever, you know. I can't go flat out all the fucking time. I'm too hot for that. Which,
It's hot, it's
yeah.
stinky, it's in your face.
Yeah,
You've come from calm into fucking mayhem. Give yourself some time, is what I say.
yeah. I'm going to call into Wayne's place on the way up to bloody Kennison too, so I get at him and fucking.
See,
Maybe.
now that's a bloke. That's a
Yeah.
bloke I could have a beer with.
Yeah, Wayne's a fucking love. He's a good guy. Remember, she cracks me up. Oh man, I reckon she should be fucking head of security on this channel. she cracks me up something terrible. She's a fucking. She's gold, that chick. Eh? I love her. Oh, she's
She
great.
is.
Wayne's living the life up there. He's enjoying every minute of it up there. He loves it. Good on him. He's a good guy
And
too.
good on him. Good on him. He's
Yeah.
deserved it.
Haven't spoken to him for a while. But no,
Yeah,
he's there doing a lot of riding. He's had one of his mates staying there from Aussie. And
Oh,
he's been
yeah,
out
yeah.
doing
I
a lot of
remember that
riding.
guy from last year.
Yeah, he's been over there hanging around, just fucking going on rides and stuff. But Mimi, she cracks me up. When she get on the streams, oh, you're fucking Aussie. Oh, you're fucking you stingy boy, you stingy Englishman or some bloody thing or whatever. You my ATM. Oh, yeah, she's gold. Oh, he's having a ball.
We had
That's
heaps of
fucking
laughs like after Fart's wheel and stuff. A few years
Oh
back.
yeah, yeah. He said he's going to drop in sometime, but he just sort of, he'll get it. He'll get it when he wants to.
Yeah, he does his own thing.
Yeah, exactly. He's happy. He's bloody.
He doesn't get involved in all this shit. Like
Nah,
shit
fucking
that-
drama. Fuck the
Yeah.
drama. That's why we started this channel. I've somewhere to go without it all.
Yeah.
Can't be bothered with it all.
They call me the drama king, but I've never started a thing.
Nah.
They come on
Yeah.
to live streams to have a go at me. I don't fucking
Yeah.
go on their live streams to have a go at them.
Yeah. What people do is, what they want to do is their own business sort of thing, But we just sort of started this so we can just go and have a yap and then laugh and carry on and just talk shit, Do
Yeah.
the Aussie thing.
I had to go at TMW. I said, you're such a hang on, let me start again. Say that fucking fast when you've had 6 beers.
Yeah.
I tried to say, you're such a stream slut. Why don't now that you've got a channel, why don't you just fucking boom 1 a.m., 2 a.m. fucking open a stream?
Yeah.
And he just stared at me.
Yeah,
Because he knows I'm fucking right. Like,
Yeah.
I know he's in the background now.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
I think he's on
TMW.
him.
Don't get
He'll
me
be-
wrong. But
he'll be-
I seen him, and why I said that, Ray, was because I catch him at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., because that's when I'm awake, right?
Yeah.
And he goes on these streams that, then he starts fighting with them. They fight with him. They fucking
Yeah.
troll him and stuff. And I'm thinking, have your own opportunity, your own channel.
Yeah.
If you want to fucking go on a stream, start your own. We will join. And he
Exactly.
hasn't done it yet. He hasn't done it
Nah.
yet.
No, well, he's fucking, I like him. He's a good guy, sort of thing, but he's just.
Which that's the rules, isn't it? Any one of you can just start a stream.
Yeah,
day or night.
exactly.
He hasn't
Well,
done
we're
it
on
yet. But
tonight.
after he hears me say this, he just might just randomly open a stream one night.
Yeah, he might do. Yeah, well, he's bloody. I think he said he's on his way back from bloody Lismore at the moment, so it doesn't.
Oh, actually, yeah, he did say he's going to go somewhere.
It doesn't take 3 days to get back from Lismore. He'd be watching,
I
probably.
don't
He'd be listening.
I do remember he said he's going to go somewhere, so that might be why. But anyway,
Yeah. No, he's enjoying life at the moment, I suppose. Good on him. I wish I
But he
could
knows.
retire.
he's a proper Aussie. When I have a go at him, he knows it's just fucking man about Oz being man about Oz. He just disregards it. Whereas others, they hold on to it. Oh, man about Oz said this. It could hurt my feelings. Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, I'm going to retire in a couple of years. I want to retire now, but fucking got a lot of machines broken. Keep picking the wrong fucking numbers all the time. But anyway.
This is another thing. Have you seen machinery auctions?
No.
Have a look at machinery auctions. Just not now, but whenever you got time during the week.
Yeah.
And those some of these, depending on what you want to do, 400 grand machines are like fucking $5,000 now.
Yeah, I know. No, I don't need all that sort of stuff. I'm a baller maker. I've been fucking making 5 pits all week.
These are press machines.
Yeah. I try to keep my overheads down, that way you put a bit more in your pocket.
I'm just looking and I'm thinking, you could easily hire out a fucking warehouse, right, with 3-phase power, put in 3 or 4 machines, put in a couple of new Australians, and don't look back.
Yeah, we give
and they just what they do is they just punch out the same thing. It might be a clip. It might be a clip, or it might be the littlest thing, but it just keeps punching it out. A couple of blokes in there running it. But you need
you
a couple of bucks to keep it going.
You get agents out here fucking for 6 months at a time. I looked into it, buddy, in 2018. A mate of mine's got a big car collection. He wanted to bring out somebody to do panel work, and then I found out they could only have me for 6 months, and then he was going to bring somebody out that could do upholstery work. But, I looked around Thailand everywhere, and I couldn't find anybody, and everybody said the Laotians, go and see the Laotians, they do it. But, trying to fucking find someone else, I'll give up on it, but fucking find it yourself, But
We
anyway.
can I tell you about the upholstery industry in Australia? What happened to it?
Oh, yeah, pretty fucked up now.
Because we go on, because our legal system goes on precedent.
Yeah.
There was a few injuries from upholsterers having carpal tunnel and stuff.
Yeah.
And they were working for these big mobs that, whether you've heard of them about or not, but Uniroyal, Bridgestone were making couches, right?
Yeah,
Back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
They were making couches, and their labourers were stuffing the couches and then putting the cover over the couch. And to do that was a lot of forearm work and wrist work.
Yeah.
And all these people ended up severely injured with carpal tunnel and stuff.
Yeah,
and that killed the upholstery industry.
Yeah.
Not overnight. It took a while. But now no one wants to start an upholstery because of the precedent. The precedent that was set with these people suing. Once a precedent is set, as you know, with the Westminster law, it's set, and others can join in that battle, and win.
Yeah, there's a big company here like that called Namco.
Namco, I'll tell you something. Namco was one of the biggest, and Namco got sued the pants out of with most of their workers.
They shut them down.
Yeah, Namco had the most amount of carpal tunnel victims and stuff like that. Namco, because Namco was making not just upholstery, but pots and pans and everything.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you said Namco.
Yeah. No, well, there's a big Namco factory not far from where I live, or was living.
Okay, because
as
a kid, I learnt from some of the machinery that I had to study. Namco was the importer, and these are heavy machinery from Krupp, the German Krupp industry, the English, and the German machinery, but English. We had a lot of English machinery. These are heavy fucking machinery. Yeah. I learned that, and because Namco was importing these heavy machinery, which took, two or three of these machines on a ship was too much sometimes to import it over. That's how heavy they are.
Yeah. No, well, there's fucking three big businesses around here, or where I would not here now, but where I grew up. Every fucking kid who worked in. There was the fucking brickworks. They used to go there and make little bricks. They never lasted there. Namco was another one. I worked there. I never worked at the brickworks in the match factory where they made matches. Pulling bloody stumps out of the boiling water, out of the water, and skin on the fucking log before they got stripped. Before they spin them. Into fucking they spin them into a veneer and they chop them up into bloody matches.
Yep, and, Redhead's matches used to be. Now you won't believe this. In one of our most expensive suburbs now, currently. Redhead's matches used to have a prominent place in one of our most expensive suburbs currently, like the expensive suburb now. It wasn't back then. Yeah. But now it's all apartments. That factory's gone. And even a condo there is $1 million plus. And yet that used to be a factory. It was the Redhead factory.
Yeah, well, this bloody match factory, there was a fucking out the back. Every now and then, get the machine to shit itself, and they get all the phosphorus out of it.
Yeah.
And they couldn't leave it in. They'd all dry up, and they'd take it out the back and drop it in a big hole out the back. Anyway, some dude I know one time thought it'd be hilarious to go and light it up. He fucking lit it up, and then it blew up a fucking great big hole in the ground. It was like a bomb going off. Fuck, it was funny. Then they had to readjust that situation.
Yeah.
There used to be a rum distillery here too, Normanby Rum. And that was fucking funny. Man, there was a big vat, probably 5,000 gallons of fucking Normanby rum. And look at this dude, I know he's dead now.
A big vat of distilled sugar ready to go up.
Oh, yeah, he fucking let it go into the river. Killed every fucking fish in the river, the prick.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I used to get out there all the time catching fish. It was awesome. He used to get some crab down there.
It'll do that. It'll go up in flame, or it'll fucking pollute everything around it.
Never got a fucking crab out. Never a crab or a fish out of there for about 2.5 years. That prick. No, anyway, he thought it was a good idea at the time, I suppose. He got busted for it, silly prick. But anyway,
They can't get away with such shit now.
can't get away with anything these days. Fucking cameras everywhere. But just fucking back then was a lot. Life was a lot simpler back then. Fucking the only entertainment around here back then was they used to have a dance once a month, and that was just always turned into a mass brawl. Or you go to the Clank of Pictures.
Oh, if the blokes can't get a route, they want to fight.
No, exactly. It was fucking funny. He wanted to be mate. He was a real charmer. He'd get a fucking girlie lined up and he'd take her to the pictures. Anyway, he'd get there. He said, I just got to go and see such and such. I'll see you inside. And he'd be sitting there watching her. As soon as she goes and pays her own way in there and goes in the door, he races up by his ticket and go around and just straight in after her. He's a fucking stingy prick. But he used to get in there. He used to get Jaffas. And bloody a box full of Jaffas and take Shanghais in there, start shooting every fucking thing.
Oh, they hurt.
Oh yeah, and then get those bloody penny bungers. Anyway, all the shaggers used to be out the front. You put the fucking make a time bomb, just place it under them, and sneak back and just sit there, watch them jump when it goes off.
Petty baggers and Tom Thumbs were the go back in the day.
Oh yeah, you used to get those strip penny bungers too. Those fucking things they were like a bomb.
The ones that went off like in unison, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, they were the bloody Tom Thumbs, the little ones. But these penny bungers were about probably 4 inches long and about an inch round.
Yeah, that's the one. That would blow up a letterbox.
Oh, you used to play guts and tunnel bits of fingernails right and see who's fucking game enough to let one go off in the hand, with their fingers.
Yeah, I could never do that. I watched some guys do that. I could never do that.
No, I got a bit of curtain rod one time. One of those penny bungers, I shoved it down the side of the curtain rod and a sinker fucking hit the shed across the road. I was about 80 yards away. I'm thinking, fucking hell.
You just made yourself a blunderbuss.
Yep. Crazy. Oh, good
now
times
chat's
back
going to ask us what is a blunderbuss.
Yeah. They used to have one up on my bloody, on my uncle, my old man's cousin up in Kilcoy. He had one hanging on the roof. Yeah, Kilcoy up in the bush. That's Queensland.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was up on the Brisbane River. Anyway, they used to load it up with bloody all sorts of shit, then fucking fire it up in the air. This is when they were settling there, and all the Aborigines that kept too close to the house, they'd fire it up and they'd take off for about a week. Anyway, before they come back again, they scared the shit out of them, But they never hurt anybody, But that was,
Bit of white man magic.
Yeah, it'll scare the fuck out of them, But one of the pricks up there fucking put bloody poison baits out and fucking killed a bunch of them. I don't know why, but one of the farmers, that was back in the 1800s, pretty sick pricks back then.
Yeah, they did some crap shit back then.
I don't know why they did that, they got held accountable for it anyway.
Well, yeah, it's just...
They were pretty placid back then, There's a lot of, my old man cut timber up in the bush. Anyway, he was a timber cutter. Anyway, the stuff he brought home, I've got bloody, stone axes and all sorts of shit laying around here.
Yeah.
We sort of found in the bush and bloody, we sort of found things, like bloody Yowie thing, His cousin, he was a real practical joker. He thought it'd be hilarious one time to get a gorilla suit, and he knew where his mates were all cutting timber up in the bush, so he decided to sneak up on them. He got himself shot. He dressed up in his gorilla suit, making out he was a Yowie.
Oh, geez.
It was funny.
Fuck it out.
Oh, Jimmy, fuck crazy pricky.
I learned recently that just to give you a scale of things, Israel, right in the middle of Israel, there's a art gallery, whatever you want to fucking call it, that has 2,000 Aboriginal artifacts in it.
Oh, yeah.
That they just agreed and they signed an agreement to send it back to Australia.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
Now, then I found out that the rest of the world has hundreds of thousands of artifacts that belong to us.
Yeah.
And right down to England having, the skulls of Aboriginals in vinegar jars, that type of thing. And it's slowly coming back.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Now, think about it, Ray. A place like Israel has 2,000 Australian Aboriginal artifacts in their museum. what the fuck were you thinking?
What the fuck are they doing with them? Like, Israel's
Exactly.
a fucking new country. You know, it's not even an old country. I think it was only formed after the fucking
And when
Second World War.
when I found this out, I was horrified. I thought,
Yeah.
fucking bring them back. What the fuck? You have
Well, that
artifacts
is cool.
with your own shit. Don't bring
Yeah,
our stuff
well,
with you.
Well, they don't have any history, you know, like fucking Israel. Well, they've got Jewish history, you know, but they don't really have a fucking. They've never had a country.
I think at the time, because they could take your artifacts, there was no law against it. They just kept
Yeah.
taking it.
Yeah, well,
And now it's stopped.
there's a mountain up here called Mount Mee, MEE. Anyway, as you go up the range, there's a couple of fucking rock outcrops, and they used to be like other Aboriginal skeletons in there. You know, it was like a burial ground, and
Yeah,
I think
that'd be gone.
Yeah, oh yeah. I read it in the local history book. They disappeared in the 50s, sort of thing. But Glasshouse Mountains, have you ever heard of the Glasshouse Mountains up here?
Of course I have.
Yeah, well, Glasshouse Mountains, one of the big ones there, looks like the gorilla called Timbergargan. Down the front of it, you can see caves there. You know, it's all porous, it's all volcanic. Anyway, there's looking Aboriginal skeletons in there. They used to wrap them in bark.
Yep.
And they started to fix them, but they stopped them, and you know they've left that alone. Thank God, you know. But it's pretty crazy up there. It's actually my brother-in-law, he climbed down a rope one time and got into one of them. He never touched anything, but he just saw it. Said, "I'll get out of here. I don't want to touch it," sort of thing, you know. But all the archaeologists, you know, they checked it all out. You know, there's another one about Crow's Neck. I think there's 13 Glasshouse Mountains, if I remember right. I've got a good picture of it. I was up at Mullaney one time. That's just north of them. At Mary Cairns Cross Park. Anyway, I looked over it, and it had been raining. Anyway, the sun had come through the clouds, and it was all the fucking. There's probably you can see about 8 of the Glasshouse Mountains, all glowing red. And I've got a photo of it. It's a fucking nice photo. I just took it with me. Bloody, I had a camera with me. This was before I had mobile phones. I thought I always kept that photo. It's a good photo, that. But, I don't know. A bit of history beyond the Glasshouse. There's an island here called Bribey Island.
Yeah,
and basically it sits on a bed of pumice-stone. We're sitting on a bed of sand. Anyway, over the years it broke off and it moved out. Anyway, there's the passage there in between. It's called Pumice-stone Passage. And some of those there's big caves, you know, big porous caves that goes underneath the island and the mainland. Anyway, some of those caves go like 1 or 2 kilometres deep. Anyway, it's one of the biggest fish breeding areas in fucking southeast Queensland, and they've, you know, you can still get fish in there, but you're not allowed to trawl there anymore, which is good, you know. But we used to go to Bribey.
Bribey Island itself is so overpopulated now. It's like
it is.
It's just suburbia, you know.
Yeah, it is. It's still not a bad place.
But
we used to go.
When you're saying island, these people think it's an exotic. You know, Bribey Island is not. It's just suburbia.
There's plenty of nice islands. You go to Stradbroke Island, Moreton Island. You know.
Look, yeah, but Stradbroke is further out, so you've got to travel there. So of course it retains its uniqueness. But Bribey, it's just suburbia.
It blew fucking Stradbroke Island in half. There's a place called Jumping Pin. There was a boat that was fucking had dynamite in it, and they didn't know what to do with it. And ran ashore about 2/3 of the way down towards Surfers Paradise End. Anyway, they ended up we'll fucking just light her up. Anyway, they lit her up, and the fucking thing blew a big fucking hole on the beach, and erosion happened, and they created Jumping Pin. And now they've got north and south fucking Stradbroke Island.
It's incredible, isn't it?
There's a fucking legend about a bloody Portuguese big old Portuguese ship that got stuck in that duck around behind Moreton, behind Stradbroke Island to get away from a storm or some bloody thing. And I don't know. They've never actually found it, but there's a bit of a legend about it.
They kind of know roughly where it is buried.
Yeah, it's interesting, you know. But
I know about that. That old ship. Yeah,
it'd be interesting, you know, because they reckon some of the Aborigines
There's many like that. Imagine the coast like up further from Cairns.
Yeah.
And imagine how many grounded on those reefs. Like if you go out there, you'll find many a pirate ship, and you become quite rich.
Yeah, I watched the bloody.
If you found the right one.
I read a book one time about there's this down the Western Australia coast, the Dutch East Indies Shipping Company, or something. I think they used to call it. Used to go up and down there anyway. They carted a lot of valuables, and they sunk. You know, there was one guy in particular. He was a bit like that guy that found the Atosha. What was his name? Bloody over in America there. But anyway,
the rider. He's actually a rider.
Yeah, well, he found a lot of fucking shipwrecks over there anyway. He was at odds with the bloody the curator of the bloody West Australian Museum, and there's a lot of his artifacts that he found. He sort of donated to the Maritime Museum over there, but he never really got a mention because
he said to him, he said, "Why are you hindering me?"
Yeah,
and they said it's a national trust. He said, "Yeah, I'm finding them for you," and they argued with him, and he told them to fuck off, basically.
Yeah. You know, just fucking politics, you know, like fucking, you know.
He spent
like
all that money on the robots and the submarines and the technology to go in there and get it. And WA said to him, "Well, we want to share." And he said, "Fuck off, cunt. I'm fucking giving it to you."
You know, that fucking guy, what is it, Mel Fisher, over in the fucking Bahamas, I think it was. He found that bloody Atosha, fucking millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of gold. Fucking now they think they're going back for the bloody rubies and all the gemstones, you know, but. The bloody American government decided to sue him for it, and anyway, he ended up winning everything, you know. So, but it's a huge industry over there.
There's currently there's a ship buried. It's off the coast of Scotland, and it's got now time is important. It's got bottles of rum, whiskey, you know, from fucking back in the day, but it's their government has turned around and said no, it's a burial ground now. Like, you know, and the treasure hunters are saying, look, if we pull it out, right, we're not going to touch any corpses or anything else. Like the bones are gone, but the bottles are still there. Exactly. And before the corkage fucks up, let us pull them out. Yeah. And the Scottish government is like, no. Yeah, it's a great
silly. You got to let them take them, you know, like fuck.
And I think the treasure hunters are right. The bones are gone. Like, okay, it's a burial site now, right? Yeah. But let's pull out the bottles. We're not going to touch the bones, even if there is one, which there isn't. Salt water just fucking, you know, demolishes it all over hundreds of years. Get the bottles out. Let's have a taste.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they're doing that. I saw something on YouTube about that the other day. They found some bottles, some fucking where on a shipwreck, you know, and they got them up, and they're fucking worth a lot of money. You know, things aren't that old that they're spoiled in any way, you know. But
well, what you've done, you taste something from 200 years ago. You've just gone back in time, haven't you?
Exactly.
I'll be back in a sec, Ray.
Yeah, I'm going to go and have a piss. I'll be back too. Oh, that's better. You're going horizontal, there's a decline. Let's have another drink. The bourbon's going down nice. There you go, Stephen. Just give him organise another drink here. Probably won't be a late one tonight. Where are we? You're quiet. There you go, Andy. Haven't been here for a while. How you been, mate? I just remembered to send you a link the other day. Yeah, Miss Jono here, Sucker was on here before for quite a while. He just gone up to spend some time with Jack. What are we doing here? Walked on bloody marketplace. I can't keep my fucking nose out of it. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, going all right here, mate. Pretty tired today. Had a pretty big day. Been pretty flat out for the last 10 days. Haven't been working flat out. Need a break. I'll have a quiet one tomorrow, I think.
Back, Ray.
Don't fucking laugh. I've got on Facebook to have a quick sticky, and there's an old post office picture of an old blacksmith shop I worked at when I was a fucking young fella.
Mm-hmm.
The picture of it in 80 and 87 was the last commercial blacksmith shop in Brisbane. No, it's on Facebook. I don't know how to do it.
Oh, I don't have Facebook.
No, it's just bloody. Yeah, no, it was interesting. It was fucking interesting working on that place. Jesus, some of the old guys that come in were fucking gems, you know.
I love those old photos. I've been recently watching a YouTuber, and it's a collective mob that bring back photos, but back to life. Like that person looks at you.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It's quite unnerving.
Yeah,
because you're looking at, those 200-year-old photos where they dressed accordingly and everything. But this mob brings that photo to life, and the dude stares at you.
Yeah, there's an app you can get to do that. My nephew got it. Anyway, he got a photo, still photo of me mum. She died probably 7 years ago now. But he got a still photo of her and made it like she was sort of smiling. You know, she looked around and turned her head a little bit, and she smiled.
That's what they do. Yeah, it's very unnerving.
I fucking teared up because me and the old girl were real close, and then he got a photo of my old man when he was a young guy and did the same with him too, I'm thinking, how the fuck can you do that?
So you're onto what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. That blew me right out, that.
It is, and it does blow you away.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. When I saw that, when he first sent it to me, I saw one of mum, because I took care of her for the last 10 years of her life, until she fucking died. I was holding her hand when she took her last breath. And fuck, man, I tell you, it just fuck.
Well, I'll be spending less time on YouTube. Not that I spend much time on it anyway. I come on once a week, stir some shit, and they talk about it all week, as we all know, right? Yeah. But my dad's, he's getting on. He's not too good. And I'll be spending a lot more time there.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which will take me off the mountain because there's a bit of a distance. And with him and his property and shit, I'm going to find less and less time for here, and less and less time for the fucking trolls. They're getting worse. They're getting worse and fucking worse.
A bit more fulfilling in your fucking life. Go and take care of those who took care of you,
Yeah, but Ray, I've always done that anyway. Like, even when I was working, I'd ignore these cunts. Come on once a week, start some shit, and then fuck off.
Fair enough.
But now with Dad, I think I'll invest some time there.
Yeah, fucking fair enough.
And don't worry about this shit.
No, well, I didn't mind looking after Mum. I bought my sister had a unit on the back, like a unit on the back of the house. Anyway, she moved out a couple of years previous and met a bloke and all that sort of stuff, and yada yada. I ended up buying that off her so I could move in here. Build a little workshop here so I could just work and then sort of keep an eye on Mum. It got to the stage where I was upstairs fucking 3-4 times every night. Just putting her back in the bed because she couldn't get in the bed. I'd have to lift her in and fucking had irritable bowel and had messes to clean up here and there. But I didn't mind.
Yeah.
She fucking, my mum, she was an angel. I fucking, I fucking loved her to pieces. But but the three sisters, fuck, man, talk about family getting dirty. Fucking hell. But anyway, I don't give a fuck. I was there for her. That was the main thing.
Just to address horizontal decline, what will happen in the next few years is Elon Musk, unfortunately, is very against AI learning too fast or too much too fast.
Yeah,
so you're going to find that no matter what investment goes into making AI faster, quicker, and better, Elon Musk will be in the way, actually putting a hindrance to it. And for what he says you can do, you will do. Elon Musk has that much power.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
and
fair
AI is one of his pet projects to keep
under
on the
control.
on the down low while he's alive, and he promised to do that, and is, from what I've seen, he's a man of his word. So with AI, you won't see the progresses that could have been made if there wasn't such a powerful being. When I say powerful being, he's the richest bloke in the world. Okay, let's face it. When he says you're not going to go ahead with it, you're not going to go ahead with it. So AI will take a lot of years now, further years than what it would have. AI would have advanced in the next 3 years rapidly, but Elon will not let it go.
Yeah, well, I don't like too much.
I'll just give in the chat a hot tip about AI, because I'm investing in it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm sort of fucking,
I've seen some of the robots and what they can do. It's just amazing.
Oh, yeah. It's fucking amazing what they can do now.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Elon is behind stopping them. So.
I'm at towards the end of my fucking lifespan. That's a fucking sure. But I sort of, the next generation, they got some fucking incredible stuff there for them, sort of thing. But
but as I said, they got a lot more incredible stuff, but it can't go ahead because Elon said no.
Yeah. Well, it's got fucking, it's so much.
All these guys know about Elon and Tesla and shit. They don't know what Elon gets up to, the skullduggery he gets up to behind the scenes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't mind the guy, actually. I don't know about all that sort of stuff.
I don't either. I like him. He's exciting.
I like him myself. I reckon he does all the, he holds people accountable to a degree,
He's exciting.
Yeah, exactly. I like him. Yeah, I reckon he does well. He's a smart guy, man. He's the richest fucking guy in the world, isn't he? One of the richest, anyway.
But unfortunately for the rest of the world, there is some exciting projects happening in crypto, especially with AI, that can't really go ahead because Elon won't let them.
Well, that's all that stuff's well above my fucking my ability to understand. So I just sort of fucking leave it to those who can. You know what I mean?
Well, over the years I've looked into it. That's why I kind of know about it now, Ray.
Yeah. Well, I've made enough money to keep me alive for the rest of my life. So they keep me going for the rest of my life, I suppose. So that's all I'm really bothered about.
At the end of the day, Ray. At the end of the day, we live in Australia. We're never going to starve.
No. I want to go to Thailand for a while. I'll probably, my plan is live over there for a year. If I like it, I'll stay there for 10. I don't want to die there. I want to come home to die, but all depends.
I don't want to die there. I want to be buried.
yeah, exactly. Don't want to come back here, sort of thing, but I've got a lot of friends and stuff. I've got family, sort of thing, but they're in America. The ones I wouldn't piss on, they're on fire. But but I want to go over there and just have a look around. It just fascinates me, the place. I just done so much research on the place. Really, I've been over there.
You're more into American politics and stuff, aren't you?
No, not so much American. It's a fucking joke over there. What's going on? I think it's a bit hard to follow. With the media, it's hard to fucking follow what the media fucking says half the time. You don't know. It's just they don't report the news anymore. They basically give you their opinions and stuff like that. You can get the same story and go to Fox, or you can go to fucking CNN. You can get different versions of the same subject, and I'm not that fucking smart with that sort of stuff, so I try to stay away from it all. But I'd just rather go over there, and fucking just have a look around over there in Thailand. I've maybe been there a couple of times, and totally fucking enthralled with the place. I want to go back and spend a bit more time and have a look, a bit more around. I want to spend more. I want to get back out to Kanchanaburi because at the time when I went out there, I didn't have any research too well because I've got a bit of family history in that, like Time Burma Railway. With Hellfire Pass. I never made it out that far, but I want to get back out there and have a look.
I thought you were there.
Yeah, well, I didn't get the Hellfire Pass. I only got to the waterfalls at the end of the line where they stopped the line there. But I want to get further back out. I want to get out to the Australian War Museum and get to the bloody the graveyard, the cemetery there, the Australian cemetery, because I've got to put a couple of.
Well, just do it. Maybe now that it's free.
Yeah.
Maybe next Anzac Day.
Yeah, we'll go back then. The next time I go over, we'll only go over.
We said, didn't we say this Anzac Day? But it didn't happen because of their rules and shit. So.
Yeah, well, Zimmy was going to go out there, and he never got there because they lost his fucking luggage or something.
Mate, it's a common occurrence now because, as the head of Qantas said, they're busy retraining after they just fucking sacked everybody.
I won't be going to Qantas. I'll go Thai Airways,
It just shits me.
Yeah, he's a fuck. Yeah, well, more I read about that fucking clown, he seems to be an idiot.
But the last 2 years have just pissed me right off, right?
It's been a fucking waste. What a waste of our lives.
Yep, 2 years gone.
Exactly, you can't get it back. Especially when I just turned 65, man. I can't get that back.
And then they turn around and say, "Well, nothing else matters now. No vax, don't care." It's like,
yeah, exactly.
What was all this shit about?
Exactly. Fuck, man, every year for me is precious these days. I just, like I said, I just turned 65, man. I'm well over the top of the hill. I'm on fucking halfway there, and it makes me way down now. So I want to get over there and have a look.
You know, when you're 18, you know, when you're 16, you can't wait to be 18.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in my 50s, and I can't wait to be 65.
Yeah. When do we get to 65? You wish you were 50.
Well, at least my shit will mature.
Yeah.
And I can fuck off.
Yeah. No, well, I sort of bought a house at the right time and all that sort of shit, I suppose. And
yeah, but so did I. But you can't tell the English that. They're like, he's a multi-millionaire. Yeah, on paper, you dickhead. It's not paid off yet. The bank owns it.
Exactly. And I've got no fucking debt whatsoever. Everything I've got, I own, So I've got, if I want to just retire in Thailand for the rest of my life, I've got enough to live like a fucking king, But
I could do it now, right? Yeah. But it would pay off the two.
Yeah.
So I'd have to sell 4 to pay off 2, and I'll just wait. Fucking
just wait.
A few years and it's there. But these English trolls, I mean, it's fucking.
Oh yeah.
They don't have our system because it's a tax write-off here. They don't understand that. It's very hard to explain to them, and I'm done explaining on the internet my fucking life.
What people do, like fucking what you do is your business. It's not really got nothing.
Yeah, but it seems to be everybody else's business.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with fucking YouTube. You put it out there, everybody got to analyze it, sort of thing. But.
And then you look at who's criticizing you, and they're like nothings. You just think, fuck off.
No, well, I paid my first house. I bought my first house when I was, when was it? Probably 95. And I fucking owned that.
That was the time. That was the time to get in.
Yeah, it was 17.5% interest, and fucking at the time, I sold that one, and I bought another one.
But the prices were low, and then all of a sudden, interest came down, and the prices went up. It was fucking gold, mate.
Yeah, well, I paid 50 grand for my first house, and I put a 10 grand deposit on it, and I borrowed 40 grand on fucking 17.5% interest at the time, and I sort of hung on to it, sort of thing, and I ended up fucking flipping it, sort of thing, because I just couldn't handle it. I couldn't pay I was only earning $320 a week. I was taking most of my wage, and anyways, 3 months after I sold the bloody place, the interest rates went down, so I saved up. I bought a bus, and I lived in the backyard of my parents' place for a couple of years, saved up everything I could get, and went out and bought another one, owned that one outright. After a while, it didn't take too long, sort of thing, and I just doubled up on my payments.
These kids now, I remind them of when it was 17, 18, and if you were fucking shit for a loan, they charge you 24% back then, right? I tell the kids now, and they can't believe it. Luckily, a few of my kids, not all of them, brought something when it was still, and they could lock it in, right?
Yeah.
They could lock in the interest because When I said to them 17, 18, 24, they nearly lost their shit.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, it's reality. And it could
Yeah,
get back to it at any fucking stage.
Yeah.
And actually, we're heading towards it now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There was a big bloody housing market boom up here. They're starting to slow down a little bit now because the interest rates are going up. You know.
Oh,
but,
ours hasn't slowed down, Ray. I'm
yeah,
a little bit
it's
shocked.
crazy. Like you know,
It's insane down here.
There's a suburb. You know, traditionally down there it was quite cheap. You know, it's near the Moreton Bay. It was called a place called Sandgate. It's a nice little place. An old suburb, anyway.
Well,
You can buy
Moreton Bay
land.
is nice.
Yeah, you can buy You can buy a block of dirt down there. Oh shit! And a house, I suppose, probably 5 years ago for probably 10 years ago for about 35 grand, something like that. You know. Anyway, just recently I was down there. There's a place down. I go down with the girlie down to. We go down there sometimes and have a seafood meal. You know, this place called Doug's is right on the waterfront there. It's nice. But anyway, there's a little community book. You know, you pick it up, you get it and have a look through it and what's going on in the area. Anyway, I was reading through the classifieds and there was land there, a 693 square metre block, one street away from the waterfront, sold there for fucking 1.15 million fucking dollars.
That's what I'm spewing. That's why I'm spewing if Bart sold his joint. Did you see the view Bart had? Like Bart had an excellent position there.
Yeah.
And if Bart actually sold it, I'd be worried about that. I'm gonna fucking hold on to properties like that.
Oh man, fucking yeah. Well, anything with a sea view, it's fucking worth a fortune. You know, you can get them back for nothing back there. You know, Moreton Bay, even Sandgate, it's an old area. You know, some really old historic houses there. Beautiful place. It's a nice suburb. You know, it was always good there. And then you got Redcliffe over the other side of Hayes Inlet, and that was always stunk. Nobody liked Redcliffe because it was all seagrass there on low tide. It always smelled. That's where all the dugongs fucking lived, you know. But anyway, they cleaned all that up. Now it's the same. It's just fucking land over there. It's just fucking like stupid. Mate of mine had a double block over there, and when his mum died and he sold it, he fucking got fuck all for it. That was only, Jesus, probably 8 years ago, and he is fucking spewing. You know, but anyway.
Rick, 5%, I'll go 8, 9. All right? 8, 9.
Yeah.
I'll go Ricky.
5%, yeah, man. I'm fucking when I paid that place.
About time Rick fucking called him. What do you reckon, Ray?
Yeah, I'm not going to be on it too late. I don't want to be on too long.
About time Rick called him.
I'm probably going to be on in another half an hour and I'll be out of here, I think. Yeah, if you want to come on for a while.
Unless he's on the train, I don't know. He might be driving. I don't know. What he's doing.
Yeah, Redcliffe. Yeah, Redcliffe's all right now.
No. Different Redcliffe, Beans.
Beans is out of company. He misspelled it. He must be on the piss. It's not a bad little area, Redcliffe. Now they cleaned it up. You know, they got rid of all the fucking seagrass and that.
Yeah, but he's talking about Redcliffe, New South Wales. You're talking about Redcliffe, Queensland.
Yeah, right. No beans. Yeah, it's not a bad little place over there. I fucking know nearly every street of the place.
And the dugongs, I'll tell you, they were under pressure, so that they had to be virtually moved because of the human pressure on the area.
Yeah. You don't see many of them out there anymore.
No, because they were moved up north.
I went out last year. I was going out while watching. You know, you get on a Redcliffe jetty, the big catamaran, they take you up to the top of Moreton Island, you know, the bloody bonding area they call it, where the mothers bond with their babies, you know, when they're coming up the coast, and they in winter time. Anyway, last time it was fucking hilarious. That fucking Redcliffe. It was a bit bumpy on the way up there. But there's some poor bastard in the shitter. You know, no matter where you were on the catamaran, it's a 3-story catamaran. All you could hear was this poor bastard in there.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. The whole time when we got out to the end of Cape Moreton, oh man, it was bumpy and fuck. This poor bastard, he was great. Anyway, to cut a long story short, when we got back, he was obviously the first one off the boat. And we walked past him, and this poor bastard, he was green. He was like, he said, mate, you better go over to the chemist over there and buy every electrolyte they got in that fucking chemist.
And he hasn't, I kid you not, he hasn't done a boat trip since, I think.
No, I bet you he hasn't. Oh, God, yes. It was hilarious. I tried to film it, you know.
Because admit it, Ray, if you're not used to it, it does take a lot out of your life.
Oh, it does. My first boat cruise at the fucking Noumea, Port Vila and all that sort of stuff was on the Pacific Dawn, left Brisbane. They went up there, they dropped the pilot off at the Cape Morton, you know, at the Caloundra. Then they head straight out. Anyway, half an hour later, fucking 8.5 metre swells for the next 2 days out the Noumea. Holy shit, there was fucking, there wasn't hardly a person in the bistro. I was all right, I don't get motion sickness. It was hilarious, eh? Poor bad. I reckon they gave 500 C6 shots out the first 24 hours. Oh,
yeah,
God.
but it takes a while before it kicks in and they come back on their feet, you know, because the queasiness just keeps going.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, we got out there and it settled down. It wasn't too bad, you know, but we got to Noumea a bit late. That's interesting out there. It's a part of the European Union out there. And there's, I think they said there's 600,000 fucking French people live on Noumea.
It's fresh.
Yeah, you know, we got off the boat, went to Citroën Bay, you know, where all these French restaurants are. And, oh, man, every woman over there's got big boobs, and I think there's only 3 bras on the whole island. Oh, man, talk about perv. Not a bad place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. Fucking French are snooty bastards.
You can't afford to live there.
No. You ever seen boats? Like, I've never seen so many boats. I reckon per capita is one of the highest bloody boat owner areas, like, you know, like places in the world.
Yeah, but then those sea voyaging caravans come in and stuff. Like, you got families on them and stuff.
Yeah, well, all the cruise ships, they started to boycott them because every time a cruise ship would turn up, they triple their prices on everything.
They wait for it. They wait for it. But that's like many ports around the world.
Yeah.
Cruise ship pulls in, fucking everyone's prices go up.
Yeah, they started blowing up about it.
Well, in some parts of the world, they actually took offense to it, and the government had to step in and say, guys, pull your fucking head in. Stop doing this, otherwise they'll stop coming. Yeah, well,
that's what P&O and Princess did. They're the main ones going out there from Brisbane anyway.
No, it just got to a ridiculous point. Let's say they'd pull up to a point, a port, right? An overseas port. You picture an overseas port somewhere. Let's say Mauritius, right? They pull up in Mauritius, and all these hawkers and stuff start attacking fucking the shipgoers, knowing that, you know, they're Americans or Australians, they got dollars on them. Well, now a lot of countries have stopped that and banned it. You can't, you know, the hawkers can't do that to you anymore.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And that had to happen because it was just getting ridiculous levels.
Yeah, well, Noumea was pretty bad, you know.
But the governments of each of these countries were told, if you don't get your people to pull their head in, our ships aren't coming to your port.
Yeah. Once you get out to bloody, we went to Lifu after that. I wouldn't get off the boat in Lifu against the shit. I'll tell you, all that is a big volcano, a big coral rock in the ocean. But we went out to Port Vila. That was good. It was a nice place. People there were great. Did
you have a dive at Port Vila?
No, I didn't go in the water. Fuck that. There's plenty of reefs and that there, you know. Problem is, you know, you get fucking bashed up against the coral and some of those reefs, you get fucking infections.
Yeah, but that's what they say, like, not getting banged up on the coral, but they say it's the last point, like after Australian waters, where you actually see some proper coral life and fish that live around coral. The colour. For the colour.
Bunch of it. Yeah, it's nice.
I was going to say for the culture, but for the colour.
You go out further if you want out to bloody, you know, like Fiji. I sort of wouldn't mind going out there, but that's, you know, I can only stand, but, you know, me and Jenny, we just sort of, you know, we don't live together sort of thing, but I can't stand to be around it for more than a week at a time. I want to choke her. You know, but, you know, otherwise, if you go out and you meet out to Fiji, it's like a 10, 12-day cruise. But,
I brought a trip to Fiji after they said that we can fuck off. Remember they said we can travel? And Fiji had this special on for $650, right?
Yeah, that's right.
With an open-ended fucking date, 2 years. So I brought one. I don't know when I'll go though, but it's there.
There's a fucking, they got a cannibal museum over there because they used to eat cunts over there. You got to go have a look at it. That's what they used to do. They used to eat all-
Right. You can't tell people that we're trying to promote Fiji as a holiday. Just you can't tell them they're trying to eat people.
That's what I was going to say. They eat pirates. They used to eat the pirates out there because there's pirates there. They grabbed blackbirders back then. The fucking Fijians used to grab and eat them.
They did. Pirates
Fucking
would
crazy.
end up on shore thinking, oh, yeah, there's nothing, no one around here. We'll bury the treasure here and we'll get some water and fuck off and then get eaten.
Oh, man. They did. The fucking, well, that's what happened to Captain Cook. I think they had him out there in fucking Hawaii.
No, they ate him in Hawaii, yeah.
Yeah, fucking hell. Oh, man.
I don't know if they ate him, but yeah, they got rid of him in Hawaii.
Yeah, that fucking New Guinea. I was watching a documentary about that once, and they, well, in the highlands and that, they get people up there and they eat them, or they have a battle sort of thing. They eat part of them.
Yeah, but Ray, they're saying it stopped in the 70s. I don't think it stopped, mate.
No. Well, they got a disease called Kura disease or something like that, man.
I don't think it stopped, to be honest.
Nah,
I think they still do it. That's why no one's welcome there.
Yeah, I would think
because they
so.
eat people.
Yeah.
Some people, depending on how high on their mountains you are, you're cattle, or you're a cop. That's how Papua New Guinea works. You're either cattle or you're a cop.
Yeah. Well, fucking during the war, the bloody the cannibals and that, the bloody Z Force, they trained up on bloody Fraser Island, and they spent a lot of time up there. But the natives up in New Guinea knew the Aussies, and they liked them. They didn't like the Japanese at all, And they take them into the headhunters up there, they take like the Aussies into their bloody village and show them. And they'd have all these bloody Japanese heads hanging on fucking, like bloody where they got all these Japanese soldiers and took their heads.
Trophies.
Yeah, trophies. Fucking hell. Like beans, go to Fiji and get a family pie with
and then you'll get the witch doctor that actually shrinks the heads. He knows how to shrink the fucking.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah, well, all the bloody what do you call all those boat people that were coming to Australia? They said they were trying to work out a deal with New Guinea to take them up there, before they built bloody those old what's the name of those islands? Here, those the boat people didn't want to go up there because there's a chance they would have got eaten.
Our islands or their islands?
No, what's the islands they built here? The bloody when the boat people are coming over here. Oh, what's the name of that? I'm not pissed off.
Torres Strait or
no, just north of New Guinea. There's the two islands.
Yeah, Christmas and
yeah, Christmas. No, not Christmas. Fuck. Detention centres. Hang on a second. I've googled it. Just north of New Guinea. What's the fucking tropical island?
We fobbed it off to a couple of those guys. We fobbed it off to that island nation that we robbed of all their bird shit, remember?
Yeah.
And then we fobbed it to Papua New Guinea, but they ended up killing the cunts.
Yeah.
They ended up shooting them. It's like, fucking hell, mate. You're starting a international incident here. You can't kill them.
Yeah.
Papua New Guinea doesn't give a fuck.
Well, they do have one Christmas doll. It's not what I was thinking of. I'm just trying to.
Those in chat, look up Papua New Guinea on some of the rarer YouTube channels, and you'll see what we're talking about.
Yeah, I don't think I want to go up there.
No,
bloody,
you won't.
Manus Island.
Yeah,
Manus Island.
Not in our lifetime, you won't, Ray. No, our grandchildren might want to go up there. It might change later. But, there is some beautiful beaches and there's some beautiful spots. They just can't take advantage of it because of their government. And they're actually, some of the people are a bit wild.
Yeah. This lady I know, she grew up on Rabaul. It's on New Guinea. There's a fucking no big volcano there. Fucking what Rabaul out. But there's a lot of shit went on there during the war. I got one of my uncles. He fought in Milton Bay. That was the first big battle that they kicked the fucking Japanese ass. I think they sent all the bloody Choco soldiers, all the bloody conscription soldiers up there in the bloody Kokoda Trail.
Yeah, that's where they'd learn jungle warfare first,
Yeah.
wouldn't
Yeah, no, it's pretty fucking crazy up there. I don't know. I don't think I want to go there. It's
they?
pretty fucking.
Ray, you're a mod and everything. Can you check who Timmy is? What?
You know, he's on Pompuis.
Yeah, which Timmy is it? There's several
Oh,
Timmys.
that wouldn't be that. Wouldn't be that Timmy. I'd beat him if he was.
Well, I'm just saying, like, there's several Timmys. I'm just
Yeah.
curious.
No, we sort of have a thing here. You know, people are welcome. Anyone's welcome until they're not. You know, they
Yeah, of
start
course
dropping
they
off, they'll get
Of
bitten.
course
then
they
they
are. I'm
never
just
come back.
wondering because
Yeah.
there's many Timmys, and if he
Yeah.
was pretending to be a Timmy or
Yeah.
what, I'm sure he's
Yeah.
our Timmy.
Yeah,
It's
you heard
not-
of PF from your back channel. Yeah, Timmy's on fucking.
Yeah, but he's asking about Pumpu. Is he okay?
No, you know, yeah, well, Pumpui puts up with him, so I don't.
Oh.
I've never really talked to him, you know, but if he plays up, he goes. It's easy. So.
No, I'm just saying, like, for
Yeah.
as far as live stream goes, I don't think I've got a notification that Pumpu is live
No, he's not.
for a while.
He's been a bit crook. He's going through a chemo at the moment.
I know. So is he okay?
Yeah, he's sort of I think he's been a bit crook the last few days. On his
All right.
Discord sort of thing, he's just sort of laying back,
Yeah.
sort of thing, taking it easy.
Good on him. Good on him, because this does take a lot out of you, you know.
Oh yeah, it would do. I don't mind him. He's alright. He sort of fucking, you know, he sort of proves along, does his own thing, I suppose, you know.
Yeah, he always has. He's always done his
Yeah.
own thing. He doesn't
Yeah.
give a fuck about these cunts. And
Yeah.
he's warned everybody here. Don't give a fuck about these cunts.
Yeah. I have to give him a hard time, but he sort of fucking. I think he just takes.
They can try.
Yeah, he doesn't.
They can try.
He doesn't react. It's the best way. You know, if you react.
Mate, they make some vulgar fucking videos and shit. I just look at it and
Oh,
think,
yeah.
fuck off. Just fuck off.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that, but anyway, it's fucking silly. It's a waste of fucking. You know, there's some people out there. I don't know. I don't understand the way they fucking think. But anyway, that's why we started this channel up, so we can just get on and have a yap sort of thing, talk a bit of Aussie shit sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's that's why I like it. And
Yeah, but-
we all do. We all
Yeah,
do.
we don't sort of try not to sit here talking about other people's channels and all that sort of
Nah.
stuff. You know, just talk
and we
Aussie
wouldn't-
stuff.
It's not our
Nah.
way.
Yeah, well,
Not
you know,
our
there's
way.
plenty of fucking channels out there want to do that. They can do it, sort of thing. You know, good on them. Yes.
Have you ever been to Tasmania? I got to ask you.
No, I've never been down there. Actually, I wouldn't mind going down there and have a look. It is a pretty place. I
I
think you're
I
going to
think you
change
should.
it. Get down
I
there,
think you
not. Yeah, the fucking top north, fucking west part of it. I think you're going to change it and cut it off and push it off
Yeah.
into the fucking straight, but the rest of it's all right. But no, this is a pretty place. I've seen some. Actually, bloody Pedro went down there about a year or two ago, and he did some pretty good. It's a pretty
Yeah.
place. It's a lot of history there, you know.
Yeah,
I'd like to have a
Pedro-
look around.
I remember Pedro's trip. He enjoyed it.
Yeah. I'd like to get down and have a look. I had a friend went down there
Well,
one
look,
time.
it's easy, right? If you want a quick getaway, you book yourself on Cradle Mountain, but it's an effort to get to Cradle Mountain, right?
yeah,
Infrastructure still isn't quite there. But if you
No.
can get yourself to Cradle Mountain, you book
yeah,
some decent accommodation, you're around by the fire,
yeah.
cigar and a whiskey in your hand, and it's fucking
Yeah.
back in the old days, mate. It's fucking
Yeah.
brilliant. It's
Yeah, a
brilliant.
lot of friends went down
And
there.
then
with camper.
and then it's 3 days time you're back home.
Yeah. A lot of friends was down there. They fucking in the camper, you know, they'd pull up at a creek somewhere, catch a couple of rainbow trout, fucking cook them up,
Oh,
have some
yeah, but
dinner, you know.
that-
Fucking
Mate,
beautiful.
yeah, but that's gonna take dollars, you know.
Yeah,
Big dollars
I know.
to do that.
Yeah,
What I'm saying is you can actually fly in for a couple of $100, right?
yeah,
Book
yeah.
yourself a Cradle Mountain,
yeah,
sit around the fire with a whatever, a bourbon or whatever in your hand, a fucking cigar. You know,
Yeah,
you don't
sit
smoke,
back and relax.
doesn't matter, right?
No.
Doesn't matter. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
it's
sitting
a
around the
pretty
fire
place.
in the middle of winter, on
Yeah.
fucking Cradle Mountain is fucking magic, man. Try it. It's not expensive.
It is a pretty place. I'd like to have a look at the place, actually. I like to travel. I haven't been over Western Australia either, or South Australia, but
Western
wanna get over
Australia is
West-
beautiful too.
yeah, I'd like to get over there. I've got a mate who lives near, about 3 hours away from Kalgoorlie. He's always on me back. I grew up with him.
Oh, he's up there. Yeah, there's not
Yeah.
much. Yeah, you got to understand. There's not much. If you're looking for greenery, you're not going to find it. You got to
No,
get into
no.
Perth and then south
Yeah.
of Perth. You get the
I want to
greenery.
check the beaches out there. They're beautiful beaches.
And you
down
wouldn't
there,
believe
South
it.
Beach.
Like like WA has forests.
Yeah,
You just wouldn't believe it. It's just down south coast, and
Yeah.
they don't show it.
that's a pretty
Often.
place. Yeah, well, bloody, I was going to see my mate, you know, because I want to catch up with him, spend a bit of time with bloody with
Where?
my mate either. He's in what's the name of the town? Fucking
No, what state? No, what state you said?
West
I missed
Australia. He's the one
Ah,
3 hours away from Kalgoorlie. He just I'll catch up. He's bloody actually just come back from his missus works, got a job. They just get jobs around Australia, you know.
So
they stay there.
he'd be halfway from Kalgoorlie to Perth, wouldn't he? Like
Yeah,
Well,
probably
that's-
about there. What's the name of the place? West
so.
West
No,
is the name of
it's
the
after.
place.
It's named after a horse, Norseman.
No, I don't know. I don't know the name. No, well, I know the town he lives in.
Anyway,
There's a mine. There's a mine on it. When he bought the place there, he paid about 80 grand for the place. It's fucking half an acre.
yeah, it's
and all
fuck all.
that.
It's fuck all.
But he's happy. He lives there. But they started the mine
forget-
up again.
Hey, Ray, remember one of our boys here brought a pub in WA?
Yeah.
Refrigerator?
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a while. I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Yeah,
He
but
doesn't sort of put much up.
how cool is that? Like 300
Yeah,
grand.
cool.
He's got himself his own
Yeah.
pub.
Yeah, it's a nice old place. It's a nice place too. I've seen the fucking photos.
Yeah,
of
but
it. It's a good place.
Ray. What I'm trying to say
Yeah.
is he didn't fuck around, mate. He wanted to have a beer, and
Yeah.
the coppers kicked him out or something. He thought, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go buy it." He brought the pub. What a funny cut.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I know the guy, Combinator. Yeah,
And
he's
now the-
fucking.
Now the coppers leave him alone. He brought the pub.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It's easy. Yeah, well, he works out in the boats or something like that too sometimes, doesn't he?
Yeah,
good.
that's
Yeah.
where he would have made it. It's big
Yeah.
bucks out there, mate.
Oh, yeah, fucking oath. He's
You know,
bloody,
6 weeks for him out on the boat. It's more
Yeah.
than what you'd earn in 2 years. So
Oh, exactly. Yeah, probably 4 years for me now. I don't fucking make much money. I just make enough to pay the fucking bills, you know.
no, I'm just saying one of those tuners sometimes is worth fucking 80 grand, 100
Oh,
grand. You know?
Fuck yeah. You see some of those shows on TV where they're catching those real big fucking, like fucking 90-inch ones over in bloody America. They're like fucking money they're getting from obscene.
Yeah.
The
They want
Japanese guys.
the Japs want our ones.
Oh yeah.
We have the healthy fucking the good stuff, mate.
I see the bloody. I was watching a thing on YouTube there once. They're making a fucking knife, and you know they make these special knives for carving them up. There's a bit of an art form in cutting them up too, because the way the Japanese are, you know, they
In the
they gotta
forge,
have
I've seen it. Yeah.
got to make everything's perfection sort of thing, you know. But it's fucking beautiful meat, but you know, you see, get that bloody. Forget how much they had this chunk of bloody. What do you call it? That bloody really nice beef. That bloody Wagyu beef. Oh, fucking, you know, unbelievable what they pay for that stuff. Because they just, even the way they cook it, you know, everything's fucking cooked to perfection, sort of thing. You know, cut up in perfection.
Well, they get the right temperature. They got
Oh yeah,
everything's down to a fucking art form. So
yeah, different to me. I just slap it on the fucking. Once it's
even-
not fucking
even that-
bleeding anymore.
even that Wagyu in the last stages of that cow's life, that cattle's life, they're drinking beer.
Yeah. Yeah, last time I had Wagyu was
How
about 2
they get
years
the
ago.
marbling and the fat. Those cows are drinking beer.
Yeah, Nauru. Yeah, that's another island. Yeah, well, that bloody this guy do a lot of work for us.
Nauru is where we milk the fuck out of the bird shit.
Yeah, the bird shit there. The fucking
We left
guano or something.
We
they
left
call
it like a moonscape, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy I do a lot of work for. He's South Africa, and that's all they eat is fucking Wagyu. I got invited up to their Christmas party, not last year, the year before.
Mm.
Anyway, bloody, oh man, this fucking Wagyu's fucking beautiful bit of meat. I cooked it up. Look, all the South African stuff they eat, there's a big community of South African people up here, right? They're all Christians. They're good people. And bloody, they really put on a fucking turnout. I tell you, I've been to a few of them. They really lay the tucker out. They make all these sausages and fucking jerkies and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, because they're mostly Dutch.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're good people, you know. This guy's a nice guy.
When you say white South African, they're mostly Dutch.
Yeah. He fucked his
'Cause
back up.
I
eh,
have
that
him-
Paul.
And Mr. Sucklehorn will tell you, we have him on the next mountain here, not far from me and Sucklehorn. They're mostly Dutch.
Yeah. I think after the war, a lot of the Germans come over here and bloody settled in Barossa Valley, if I remember. There's a big stick
Yeah, that's
about
where
that.
the Germans went.
A lot
But
of the Nazis and stuff.
we have a big community of flower growers. There's a big flower industry here. Don't forget, tulips and shit in season, and they're in charge of that. They're their mafia on the flower growing up here. Or
so
down
good.
here, I should say.
This engine's so good there. Not much over me doing the Cicada fucking trail, mate. Anyway, places I get the Cicada trailers on YouTube.
Mate, I'd give it a crack, but I don't think
Yeah.
I could spend that long on it. You know, you have to be dedicated.
Geez, that's
So
some fucking
good
dirty shit.
to do that. To do the whole trail. I mean, I know they can do you can do parts of it, but to do the whole trail would take a lot out of fucking anybody. I don't care who you are.
A lot of fucking history there during the Second World War, right? The Japanese and that, they were fucking eating the Aussies and every ugly thing.
Fuck
yeah, a lot to answer for. I did a lot of research on that during the war. You know,
and what about the blokes that were left on post, right?
Yeah.
4 blokes, and there's fucking 100 cunts attacking them, and there's 4 blokes,
Yeah.
and they hold ground for several nights,
Yeah.
but no supplies coming in. And
Yeah,
then
that'd be right.
when the supplies did come in, those 4 blokes, of course, were lying on the ground, and that's where they dug their grave. You know, heaps of stories like that.
They're fucking blaney.
But you know, holding back 100 fucking Japs, you know, pretty fucking fearsome shit.
That
Don't you think, Ray?
fucking idiot. Yeah. Kind of disrespectful is the amount of folk that disrespect Suckerhorn. Well, nobody here sucker disrespect Suckerhorn.
See, you know, that's why I asked who Timmy is, mate.
Yeah, he's going to get booted soon. He starts that shit up. They're just trying to put shit. Well, they're going to start putting shit in people's fucking heads.
Well, this is what they do. That's why I sussed on the name straight off the bat.
Yeah.
Straight off the bat.
Listen, Timmy, you won't get away with what you get away with on fucking Pompoos, because that's why they talk to you.
You know, if he's trying to be funny, that's not even funny because
Not funny.
it's the wrong channel. We've been all through that. This is a six-year-old channel, mate, Timmy.
Yeah.
Whoever you are, Timmy.
Yeah.
Don't fucking start your shit, man.
Yeah, nobody disrespects Suckerhorn anyway.
There's so many channels for that. So many channels.
He's a good friend. He's a good fucking person. He's a good friend. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a drama channel, Timmy. That's it. Consider that the only fucking, what do you call it? Warning you get. Like I said, you know, well, everybody's entitled. Everybody's fucking welcome until they're not. There's no fucking.
Yeah, I just mean we don't need that shit here.
Yeah, exactly. No, but bloody, a lot of shit went on up there during the fucking war, eh? A lot of shit went on in Australia during the war. Fuck.
It did, but then the public were only, as you said earlier, addressed to it later on, like after it was fucking too late, like what they did to Darwin. You know, a lot of Australia didn't know.
Yeah. When I went out to Noumea, not Noumea, Port Vila, Vanuatu, they bloody they had the shit bombed out of it. Anyway, after the war, they got all their gear and put it on aircraft carriers and dumped it off on on the north end of bloody the main island of Port, Vanuatu. There's a place there called fucking $1 million Point. That's where they dumped all their machinery. You think they would have left it there from to build their country back up again, wouldn't you, after they blew the shit out of it?
No, because if you look at the international date line, right, it kind of crosses, and America could get away with it because Lend-Lease had a big part of that. And if you didn't get rid of it, Lend-Lease was going to charge you for the full cost of it.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Now, what do you think? You know, they're going to dump it overboard. Do you think they could have just left it?
Oh, many things got dumped overboard. There's a lot of fighters and you know.
Oh yeah, a lot of food and stuff like that around.
People forget America had to repay Lend-Lease, and if it was a whole complete item, Lend-Lease would charge you more. So it was better to get rid of it on their insurance terms for Lend-Lease to then wipe it off. It was just a monetary thing that America did back at the time
When they
to
bloody
cut their losses without losing a fucking ton of money that they'd already lost during the war.
you know, they wanted too much money for stuff here, you know, like
It's
after
just
the war.
money. It's just the way money works.
When my mum lived, they all the bully beef and all that other sort of stuff, they tried to sell it for fucking more than what it was worth. And
Yeah, but can you explain to people in the chat what bully beef is?
Yeah, bully beef is just fucking, what do you call it? Just bloody.
It's corned beef in a can, guys.
Yeah, corned beef in a can, just preserved beef.
But it's kind of like spam, but it's beef.
Yeah, but all the blankets and all that sort of stuff, they just threw it in gullies and backfilled over the top of it all, you know. But as soon as they left, they went and dug it all up and got most of it back out, you know. But my old man, he was a timber cutter anyway. The guy he worked for after the war, they had a big auction up in Darwin, you know, those big old fucking Diamond T tank carriers. He went up there and he bought half a dozen of those. There's a few of them he got together. And they went up there and they bought 6 of those old Diamond T tank carriers. And they bought a pile of spare parts and all that sort of shit and threw them on the things. And they drove back down to Brisbane. By the time they got here, there's only fucking one of them still running. The rest of them hooked up in A-frames beyond that one, pulling them, you know. But anyway, they fixed them all up, turned them into timber jinkers. And the old man ended up with one of the trucks. And they were fucking big trucks. Anyway, he used to cut timber on that thing, you know. But, yeah, but they wanted big money for sort of thing.
Your family is very old and very situated there. Did any of them get into the road building side of things? That road project was huge that went through.
Yeah, no, the old man was he was a timber cutter.
Yeah, well, that would have gone under the road. So.
Yeah, we bloody see all the fucking fire, all the logging tracks up here. The old man, like I said, he grew up in Kilcoy. Anyway, where we were living at the time was probably an hour and a half drive on a highway to get to Kilcoy. Anyway, we could drive sort of 10 miles up to the back. Anyway, all the way up to Debra. Anyway, all the way from Debra, all the way to fucking Kilcoy was all logging tracks. And I remember going up there one time with him, and we fucking went all the way to Kilcoy on logging tracks. Never fucking hit the bitumen once. It was fascinating that. But since bloody then, all the bloody greenies got involved, and they shut down the logging.
Would have been a hairy ride on a logging track.
Oh yeah, well at least they get back then. If there's a bushfire, they can get the trucks in there and put the fucking fires out, you know, because there's a big grid pattern, and they can get in there. They keep the fires under control, and the bloody
they do forestry. That. Guess what? It's taken them 20 years to realize that, you know, we have the pine forest that they make 10 grand in fucking 3 years type of thing. You know, those pine forests. We have a lot of those. Now they've learned to actually cut them up into like blocks, like a New York City block.
Yeah, well, they call it paddock shit, obviously. But the old man was, you know, like some of these paddocks he'd been back to 2-3 times in his career. You know, there'd be a bunch of silky oak trees or something like that in there. Anyway, the forestry would come along and tag them. Anyway, they put a tender out to the sawmills, and the bloody winning sawmills would bloody send their cutters up there, and they'd take those trees that are marked out of those paddocks anyway, and they'd plant another thick, they 5 in their place, and that's how they maintain the forest up here. You can go up there now, and it's still as thick as what it was 150 years ago.
Well, I'll give you a hot tip. What's going to happen in a few years is, and you can make money off this yourself, is carbon tax, right?
Yeah.
You can offer your plot of land to a international company, say an airline company, saying, listen, I'll plant 5 trees for every 7 passengers you get, or something like that.
Yeah, they do that. I've heard of that.
And you can make a fucking ton of money, and then you buy the next block and the next block, and just keep planting this shit, and you just carve it offsetting and charging them, like, and they'll pay you.
I've heard of that. There's a lot of forestry. There's a lot of silky oak forests. When you head up towards Mullaney way around the Glasshouse Mountains, I've been past them, you know, but there's all that plantation grown fucking silky oak. It's all yellow. It's not red, rich red, you know. But,
the best oak in the world is in the US, and now they're starting to value is white oak.
Yeah.
And now the value of white oak is going through the roof. Now they're starting to value it. It was so undervalued for fucking years.
There's a channel I watch there all the time called fucking. Because I work at blacksmith shop, we used to do a lot of wagon work and all that sort of stuff, you know. Anyway, Engels Coach Builder, Engels Coach Shop, I think it's called. Anyway, all that bloody hardwood over there is white, you know. You get good hardwood is red, you know. But it's weird to see them working with white fucking like pine. It looks like pine to us, you know.
I know, yeah, but when I see white, I think of chipboard.
Yeah, I think it's rubbish, you know. But it's but this stuff is hard.
When I see red, I see strength. I'm seeing this white stuff, and I'm thinking, what the fuck is this? And it turns out it's pretty strong.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this stuff is. He built these big bloody wagons, these borax wagons. You know, they used to use borax for fucking forge welding flux and whatever. You know, he used it for washing detergent and all sorts of things. You know, but
borax is still used.
Hey?
Borax is still used in many.
Yeah, they were mining it in America in this fucking place, and they had these big wagons, and these fucking things like 8 foot high, and the wheels are like fucking 1,200 pound each. And this old guy built all this he reconstructed the old original borax wagons for the historic fucking society thing there. And Jesus, they're fucking big wagons, eh? But it was all that white oak. Yeah, fucking hard as a rock, that stuff.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, nature's a funny creature. Like, you have a look at any old shearer in Australia, right? He'll be tough as fucking guts, right? He'll be built like a big brick shit house, but you touch his hands and they'll be soft as fuck. Even though they're all cut up and everything, they'll be soft as fuck from the lanolin.
I know. You know, fucking the first job I did when I got out of school, I fucking did a wool-carving course. I fucking know all about that, eh?
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, fucking, I never finished the time. I hated it. You know, the old girl said to me, she says, if you're going to leave school, get a fucking trade. And anyway, I did a wool-carving course, and we got about 3/4 of the way through it by then. It was a 3-year course, but I know exactly what you mean. Your hands are so fucking soft. Anyway, I used to work for a company called Grasscos, Graziers Cooperative. Anyway, they used to bring all this fucking wool in. Some of the merino was worth a fortune. Beautiful wool. But
it's
you know, they had another section. Yeah, they had another section there for the fucking crossbred, and you used to get sections there for the burrs. You know, that burrs, fuck, you touch that shit, and it was just agony trying to handle that wool. But the crossbred stuff was real raggedy shit too, you know. But we used to get bales of dead wool. You know, the mother used to, they'd find a dead sheep on the fucking farm, and they just didn't shear it. They'd just go and tear chunks off it and throw it in the fucking bale. And it was nothing to pull a fucking rotten head out full of maggots. Oh, fuck, it was awful.
Yeah, that doesn't happen in this particular farm I'm going to tell you about.
No.
The bloke has a habit of wrapping his sheep, right?
Yeah.
Through the wooling season. So when the shearers get there, they unwrap this fucking thing, right? Yeah, this is the wool that goes straight to Milan, Italy.
Yeah, the AAA.
This is the $1 million bale.
Yep, the AAA.
Not the $100,000, not the $100,000. This is the $1 million bale. He wraps his sheep. I know what you mean. He wraps them up. He literally wraps his sheep.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I've seen it. It's a fucking. We used to get, you know, like bloody. They call that. That's the one they graded. They go AAA, 111, I think it is for the top.
It's the highest grade stuff. It's the highest
grade. If you have a look at it, the fucking wool's usually about 4 to 6 inches long, and it's got the finest wave, and it's beautiful fucking wool.
Yeah.
But you know, I fucking hated it. You know, But we used to get bales of dags, and they stay like cricket balls. You just throw them and crack them on the fucking end with it. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. There's bales, and then there's bales, isn't there?
Oh yeah, but all wool's worth money, you know. But that pristine stuff is fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
you know.
That's what I mean. It's normally $100,000. This is $1 million.
They used to bring the bales in from the stations, and they'd the wool sorted to get them, and they'd throw them out the table. You know, and the lanolin on the table must have been like 1/4 inch thick. That's what we used to do sometimes when we didn't have much work on. We'd have all the young fellas that have to get their scrapers and try to scrape the lanolin off the sorting tables.
I watched a documentary where they went through old places where the sheep don't run through anymore, and the old shearing sheds and everything, like they're all virtually falling down and falling apart, and yet everything where the sheep were shorn, where lanolin would touch surfaces, is still there and rock solid. Thanks to lanolin.
You know, they traditionally got fucking lanolin out of fucking wool.
Well, they still do.
They piss on it. They used to piss on it back, you know, like in the textile industry. Mm-hmm. That's what they used to, in England. They used to piss on the fucking wool.
That's what the little boy's job was. Little
Yeah.
boy's piss.
And that's where the name Walker come from, actually. Yeah, fucking amazing, that that fucking your hands are soft as fucking butter.
They were
Good for you.
bottle washers or pissing on wool.
Yeah, well, you didn't really worry about girls back then. Your hands are soft as fuck. You could have a really good wank then. But fuck, we used to get those bales of fucking dags. There's an old guy who's real cranky old cunt. He was on the scales because every time we bloody we got a we full of when we went around the fucking different sorters. We'd we get the AAA, the AA, all the different type. You get the crutch and the fucking dags and all that sort of stuff. And you separate it all in your barrow, and you hook it around all the different bins and you throw it in the different bins. Anyway, there's an old guy who used to work on the scale, and every time you went out, you'd have to bloody weigh your barrow because everything had to be fucking accounted for because it was, wool so expensive. Anyway, yeah, fucking someone cracked him on the fucking head with about a 3-inch round fucking dag once. Fuck, he went off.
What was your? So you obviously spent time out there. What was your cook like?
Oh, we did go out to the stations. That was the next stage. I didn't want to go out there. I fucking hated it. I went out there once and I didn't like it.
The cookie was everything. The cookie was everything, wasn't it?
What's that saying? Someone called the cook a somebody cooked the book. Somebody called the cook a bastard, and then there's somebody else who called the bastard a cook.
Yeah, you'll fucking starve if you do that.
Oh yeah. But yeah, remember that movie Sunday Too Far Away? Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. What about Last of the Knucklemen?
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, fucking hell. Jesus, yeah, that was a fucking crazy place. It was a good place to work, actually. We used to work in Brisbane, actually. But that was the next stage. We did the course. We did all the practical stuff. The next one was the next part. We used to go to Ithaca College. We used to have to go there 2 nights a week. Anyway, back then, there was no train out there. We had to jump in this guy's single spinner forward. There's about 10 of us in the head out there. And fucking, sometimes he didn't turn up to work, sort of thing, so we couldn't go to fucking college, But anyway, we'd make it back to the train station for the last train to get home. Fucking hell. Don't miss those days too much.
Wool is the best blanket too. Wool breathes. You see, the difference between wool is it keeps you warm, but it breathes.
Exactly.
So it lets something out and lets oxygen back in. Wool breathes, so you can sleep comfortably in wool. You'll notice a lot of Australian hospital beds, because we can afford it, I suppose, have woolen blankets, but they have a mesh pattern, and it's to let the patient breathe out. You don't want the patient to get too hot underneath because you're constantly checking his temperature. So his temperature has to be human temperature.
Exactly.
And that's where wool comes into it, being a natural substance. Anyway, Ray, excuse me for a minute, please.
Yeah, but I'm going to get off here shortly anyway. I'm just going to go and have a piss.
All right, well, we'll just do that. Excuse me.
No, this is better. What are you doing? I'll get off here. I want to wind up in a minute. What are we? Yeah, wool. Oh man, I didn't mind getting out of that trade.
Back grave is there.
Yeah, I'm gonna wind this up at about 11:30. My back is absolutely fucking killing me.
Yeah, that's up to you, mate.
I've got to
That's
get
up to
another fucking chair.
That's up to you.
Yeah, I saw some of the
Unless-
other guys would have got on tonight.
Well,
Kangaroo
it's
got.
that,
Huh?
well, he's a young guy. I'm just surprised it's Saturday night and
Yeah.
one of you blokes didn't get on.
Yeah, no, well, he's fucking get called away for a fucking family thing or something like that. But anyway,
No, I'm not
he doesn't
talking
get
about
much of a chance. Hey?
I'm not talking about Kangaroo. I'm saying he's a young guy. He's got things to do, whatever, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
But there's 5 other of you blokes that could just
Yeah.
get on, but you aren't.
Yeah.
So
No, well, I think
whether it's
bloody
shyness or you're testing the water still, I don't know.
No, bloody Pedro, he had to go to a party or something like that. Said he called in from time to time. I know Monty Bus got a bit on at the moment. And TMW is on his way back from Lismore, as far as I know. So he's been up there.
Yeah, all good.
Earlier on. But,
All good.
He probably
Because,
got home. He might be in the doghouse.
Waiting on two blokes from Singapore. We've got a pretty good fight tonight in the ships.
Oh, yeah.
Waiting on 2 blokes from Singapore. Queensland's ready. We've got a bloke in New South Wales. He's ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Just had a chat with him.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I've got a good couple of hours of ships battles tonight.
Yeah, no.
No,
Yeah,
because
so-
tonight's stuff adds to our well, I can't explain to you. It's a shipping game. It's
Yeah, that's fair enough. No worries.
nothing
Yeah,
to do with nothing to do with the fucking Thai genre and shit. Fucking
Yeah,
it's just
fair enough.
bullshit to me now. It's just bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of mate. I mean, you sort of worry about a couple of channels on here now. But we started this just so people get on, have a yap and bullshit and carry on.
Yeah,
and
we
have a laugh and
understand
carry
that,
on.
Ray. Stop explaining why you started this.
Yeah, but anyway. Now, well, the
Don't have to
What
explain
about-
it to me.
yeah, here's Robert Tucker.
Robert Tucker is Sheriff Robert from Global, but he's part of everywhere. He's an international individual. I respect him greatly.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be winding up in 4 minutes anyway. So
Well, that's up to you, as I said. But
Yeah.
let Robert on.
yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah. Now, you got 4 minutes.
Thank you, Ray.
Yeah, mate. Yeah,
Ah,
we're going to be closing down in about 4 minutes anyway. So
Mr.
Sorry.
Tucker.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm
no,
good.
not too bad.
Ray, meet Mr. Robert Tucker.
Hey, how are you, mate?
Good. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, keep you busy.
So how you been, man?
Oh, busy at the moment. I'm fucking exhausted. I've been working flat out for the last 10 days. I'm just going to have a fucking few days off. Have a rest.
Nature of the beast. Nature of the beast.
Yeah.
How you feeling, Sheriff Robert?
Not bad. Have my days.
Mm.
Some days are better than others. You
Oh,
know?
you'll get that. Are you
Oh, yeah, for
keep your fresh vegetable intake up?
Yeah.
For sure.
Boil your water if you have to. I don't know. We can trust Australian water, so I don't know where you are in America, or if you can trust your water or not.
Oh yeah, we trust my wife.
Water is important if it's coming out of the tap.
Yeah, well, some of the stuff out of the tap these days I'm a bit fucking worried about.
No, mine's all good here where I'm at.
Yeah, fair enough.
Deep well.
Rick Nielsen, just to address the chat, I have no power over that, mate. If you got someone, whatever you're going to do backstage and whatever, I got,
Yeah.
the dudes that own the channel, they start it and stop it after a couple of hours. So that's up to
Yeah.
them, dude. It's not up to me.
Yeah, I'm not a marathon fucking streamer. No, I want to get out of this chair. It's killing me fucking back. I've got to get a decent bloody chair, actually. But anyway, that's what put me out of fucking on a pension, me fucking back. But, broke the fucking thing years ago, but anyway.
That's
Yeah,
how
shit,
important.
sure, I'll do that.
That's how important backs are.
Yep. There's a lot of pain, that's for sure.
I couldn't take longer to tell the young folk in my previous work how important their back is because they were all using it wrong. They were lifting shit wrong.
Yep, exactly.
And you'd have to constantly be on them at it.
Yeah.
And they might learn later, and hopefully it might not be too late. You know.
Yeah, let them pop a few vertebrae out. They seem to find that one out. Believe me.
Yeah, but I try and save them from that pain that they're potentially going to go through. And they look at me like I'm from fucking Mars. I'm thinking, boy, I'm trying to teach you something.
That's how the African guy I do a lot of work for. He popped a few of those fucking cushions between your vertebrae and your spine, and he just fucking. Now he's bedbound at the moment, sort of thing, but he's just a fucking mess. It can happen.
I even go down to the bed that you're sleeping on. You know, don't forget you're in there 8-9 hours a night. Make sure it's a fucking good mattress.
Yeah, I spend good money on mine. I sleep well on that thing, but I still toss and turn. But, I still got to take fucking painkillers before I go to bed. Just laying down makes me backache. It's like,
What sort of mattress you got, Ray? Orthopedic or not?
Yeah, the pillow top one. I had a bloody good what are they rubber ones? I forget what they call them. Bloody
the dense rubber, the memory foam.
I had one of those. It was a fucking good one too. But I thought it was I thought that would give me backache, but it was something else. But anyway, I'll give it away, and I've got another new one. But,
they're not cheap. Those memory foams.
Yeah, I know.
Because they go so deep, and the manufacturing process of them is very involved.
Yeah, that was a good one too, this one. But I'm going to close this up, man. I'm fucking knackered, eh? It's about 11:30. That's enough for me.
Okay, if you blokes are not going to get somebody else on to keep it open, Sheriff Robert. Good to see you, sir.
Nobody else is around. No, we're still welcome in. Yeah, you too. We'll come back when when somebody else around, and we'll fucking
come back where you have to actually open it for us to come back, mate.
No, we'll have another one probably during the week or on the weekend or something like that. I thought they were going to be around tonight, but everyone sort of shot off in different directions.
I'm just surprised that none of you actually drop in during the day and just open it and close it or whatever you get.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. During the week, everyone or whatever, so Kanka can get on because he's usually working.
I think you're all waiting for each other, and you don't want to step on each other's toes, thinking you're going to step on each other's toes, and I don't think you're going to step on each other's toes.
No, and I'll put the word out there, but usually somebody, we get 3 or 4, it makes it interesting. It makes it interesting, But anyway, no, it'll happen. I sort of, but I'm not real good at running fucking streams. But anyway, it's all good. Aggie. We'll wind it up anyway. I'm going to go to bed.
Okay. See you later, guys.
Okay. Yeah, good talking. I'll catch you later. Welcome anytime.
Ciao.
Okay, see you later.
Later.
Okay.